Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Play Dicely. And Ryan, you made it back just in time. The cam hasn't even switched over yet. There we go.
Oh, I was too bad you missed that, watching him crawl out from beneath his stack of books.
Amazing.
Like a little goblin, man.
Oh my gosh.
I caught the end of that.
Oh, I've deprived the
Illusory
audience of a
wall.
wonderful experience.
Ryan doing
damn it.
magic in real life.
I forgot I had to fix this. There we go.
Oh, that was nice and easy.
Yeah, it was an easy fix. That was great. Oh, boy. Anyway, so hello, everybody. Welcome back to Play Dicely. We're on session 12. And if you're watching this live, you'll know we're not live.
Wait, we're not?
Surprise!
Wow.
We're not.
Surprise.
The illusion broken.
I know, right? And for everybody who's watching the VOD, hi! As per usual, as far as announcements go, a big thank you to Tabletop Audio for all the music you're going to hear during tonight's stream. Does anybody else have any announcements they'd like to share at all? No? Cool.
Nope.
Dallas is joining us from a different room than we're
Welcome to
familiar
my
with.
childhood bedroom.
Oh,
It
Dang.
really offends me that you've blurred the background because
I
I want to
sure
try
did.
and see some secrets about little Dallas.
Nope. Sure, absolutely not. You know what I did do for you, Christy, though? I normally have a puppet that hangs right over here, and I took that
Oh.
down for you.
well, that's nice.
Thank you.
I sat
so
down
much.
and looked at my camera, and I was like, well, that's going to be a problem.
I really appreciate that.
That right there. That's going to
That's
be
friendship.
no fun.
I got you.
Oh, frig. Well, yeah, and before we get into it, I figure I'll say on behalf of Christy, she dyed her hair. It looks lovely.
You are so rude. But thank you, I did. It's a bit more red now.
What,
Talk
you
about-
want people to know? It looks good.
Oh my god. Okay, that's fine.
It's
We're
like the
friends.
most boy thing in the world. You wanted people to know.
It very much is. I'm so sorry.
Should we actually talk about, though, is our new show hosted by the red-haired wonder, Christy Clow.
We should.
What?
You mean
The
by
show
the way-
you host?
Yeah.
By the way,
That
Oh,
thing
fair
we've
point.
done several
Yeah.
times. haven't we?
So after every episode of Play Dicely going forward, we're going to be recording Play Dicely After Party, which is our talkback show where we discuss everything that happened in the previous episode, and I grill everyone with a bunch of questions, potentially, depending on how interesting it was that session. But it'll come out every other Saturday. So the Saturdays where there are no dice or is no Dicely, you can watch After Party.
Yeah.
Nailed
Yeah.
it.
Nice.
They've been a lot of fun to record, too. I like those talkbacks.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Especially
bet you
'cause it's
do.
like,
You steal
the-
all our ideas.
Yeah, it's at the
Yeah.
end of everything. So we're all a little bit like tired and slap happy, which I think is just choice. So yeah.
Also, be sure to join us on our Discord where we all interact and have fun. And we've gotten a few more people have come into the community recently, and we love chatting with you guys. And it's a lot of fun. And if you're watching this on Twitch and I am being attentive, I will have added a link into the chat. So let's see if I live up to that.
Ooh.
Go, future Denny. You got it.
Future
I believe in you.
past pressure. Anyway, so let's get into this here. We've got some librarying to do, I believe. So, where we last left off, you were all carrying on to Valambridge. You left the Dunan Mountains and headed to the Torvale Road, and you decided to skip on past Balesville, which is probably a good choice. On your way, you noticed there was this lone ranch quite a distance off the road, and after discovering it was D&R Solutions, one of their hunting houses, you proceeded to do some trade with some of the guild members and pick up some rumors. One of which was that Drax's brother had headed east, apparently leading some cleansing breath mercenaries in pursuit of a dragon. Despite this, however, you all carried on towards Valambridge, and during one of the nights, you were confronted by more of these strange bug-like creatures that you've seen a couple of times now. And during this confrontation, due to a sudden rainfall during the night, you discovered that it seems that they have a weakness to water that kind of wears down their armor plating. And they also seem to be interested in starborn folks. Eventually, you did make it to the city of Valambridge, only to discover that the city is experiencing a surge in criminal activity. And this has resulted in the tolls of the gates to enter the city to have been increased to try and curb visitors from visiting. Paying your own tolls and the tolls of a few others to get in, you were told to seek out Captain Janet if you were interested in helping solve crimes and such. And that visit resulted in her telling you all to return the following day while she followed up on a reference that you had given her back from Leo Balotri at the train incident. And Janet also told you to consider your branding. She had no idea who you guys were. Otherwise, you are now in Valambridge. The Arkanette libraries are in reach. But there have been talks about going to lunch, so maybe there's that and finding lodgings that will be in order.
The most important part of D&D.
We'll see.
Fantasy
All right.
food.
Strap in. This is going to be 3-hour extravaganza.
And also, we've got ourselves a little map of the
Whoa!
area. Also,
Very
I'm
exciting.
seeing Adam's face is a little uncropped in the Roll20, so I'm just going to fix that.
That's
a little
just how
bit
I
for you.
look.
There's the
Very,
face.
very crooked.
But yeah, so I described the city last time, but now I've got an actual visual representation for you guys. So you've got the city with 3 districts and this kind of a 3 out of 4 sides, if you want to call it that, like have cliff faces, and this hill just kind of juts out into the middle of the city. And atop of it is the Arkanette Institute. To the north of that being described right there, to the north of that was a park, and there was like this amphitheater, and people were playing music and singing, and you carried on to the guild hall. There was a market, and you haven't really visited much of the other 2 districts yet, so there's still things to be discovered. But what is your guys' plan now that you're in the city and it seems you have a day to yourselves?
I think we wanted to pick an inn first so we could drop off the horses, because I don't want us to be like not carrying them, but you know what I mean.
Dragging them around, yeah.
Yeah. So what are we feeling, guys? The Jolly Goat.
Oh yeah.
Forgot we had choices.
Nice.
Oh.
Dingle-Hossens.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Dinger-Hossens.
Dingle-Hossens.
is something different.
Yeah.
Midnight
so-
Oil seems like it'd probably be lame.
They're good
So-
band.
In terms of, and for those of you who have visited Valambridge before, definitely Gideon,
I've been
Azaria,
here.
the city would have existed before you even headed south. Like, this is an old city from even before the desolation. So you might have visited here. Elowin would have stopped by, but I think the other 3 of you would be not so familiar. But in terms of the districts, so you've got Appletown, which is kind of the cheaper end of the city, a bit more sleazy, so to say. Busker Valley's kind of the middle class. It's where the road from one gate to the other kind of travels through, so it's a lot of commercialism there. And then Scribe Hill is the wealthy district with a bit more scholarly focus, as you might guess.
Is each of the inns in their respective district based on their level?
We've got the Jolly Goat in Appletown, which is the cheap end. Busker Alley has Dingerhossens, and Scribe Hill has the Midnight Oil. I might have said I might have said 2 things were swapped last time, but it's Jolly Goat in Appletown and Dingerhossens in Busker Valley.
Okay, yeah. So in that case, is it which one?
Dingerhossens.
Because what I had written down is that Jolly Goat was middle class, and that's where all the performances happen. And Dingerhossens was cheaper but had good food. Is it swapped?
Yeah, essentially, it's just the titles of the 2 are swapped. I messed them up.
Okay.
Let's hit up the Dingerhossens.
Is that what we want? Not,
Dingerhassens.
not.
I like the name.
Okay.
That's fine with me.
Do we know if Dingerhausens has a place to stay as well, or is it just food?
No, it's an inn.
Oh, okay.
I said that with such authority. I don't remember how I know that in character, but
Yeah.
It is.
it is. I know.
Nell,
this.
who's never been there. I know things.
When we were coming in, I grabbed a pamphlet about the city, and it's like a tourist guide. I'm just reading through it. Yeah, so this one is in this district, and there's a few places for lunch nearby as well, so could be good. We could also eat there, which would be fun as well. But
Is there tourist bingo?
let me see. Flip through to the calendar in the back of the book. It was last night. We just missed it. Too bad.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Next.
Well, we're staying here for a 10-day, though, if we're staying for Heroes Fest, so maybe next week.
True.
Denny, you ready?
Oh, it's
for
actually
some
it's
fancy bingo?
trivia next week.
Hmm.
Oh boy. Oh. So you've all decided to locate this Dingerhausens and establish a place of lodging there, I'm assuming.
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh boy, I wish I had my numbers handy. So instead of going day by day and paying for your lodgings and your food and whatever, we're just going to do it as a lump sum right off the hop. So you're staying for a full 10 day at least. You'd be looking at 5 gold pieces each over the 10 day. If you're continuing to stay at the Dingerhausen quality.
Wait, 5 gold a day? Or
No, 5
5
gold for the whole 10 days. And that includes your lodgings and your food.
Great.
Fine.
Sure.
Gideon, are you okay?
Yeah.
Look, Gideon,
You
I
seem
know you have
wounded.
more money than me. So
Yeah, I
you
know.
can't be complaining about this.
Well,
Well,
Gideon
before we-
technically has the ability to stay at D&R Solutions to save money.
I mean, if you want to, I don't know where it is in the city, but you could always just join us, after breakfast or whatever.
Gideon, is this one of those situations where we could talk them down to a lower price?
maybe
Maybe because we're staying for so long, we could get a I don't know
discount.
the word for it. Yeah, a discount.
Sure, I can try and talk down your price. I'm probably gonna stay at DNR. I really don't want to have to take any money out of this chest. And he points to the chest in the cart. I'd rather just spend my silver, but I don't have enough silver for this. So I will be staying at DNR, but let's get you settled in Dingerhausens first.
Okay.
All right.
Gideon kicks the door down.
Wow.
Give us a discount.
Oh, the price just went up. Weird.
So as you're walking and talking from the direction of the guard barracks, and oh dear, where's my mouse? Frig computer. So yeah, you're heading back towards the gate you had entered through, and on your way to Dingerhausens, you actually pass by D&R Solutions, and in this city, in comparison to when you saw it in Starcross, which was more of a simple wooden building, more long than it was wide, this one is a manor, a mixture of wood and stone, and just glorious to look at. Not quite the size of the ranch, but probably just as beautiful. And it's kind of situated at the base of that cliff just underneath the Arkanette Institute. And carrying on through the clean streets with these spherical topiary trees kind of dotting the edge. I also forgot to mention last time that there are gas lamps, though during the day they aren't lit, but there are these lampposts that dot the street as well. And eventually you come to a typical looking inn, is probably the best way to put it. And entering into the establishment, it's very rustic, but but clean, just as most of the rest of the city. And you set up your lodgings, you pay your fee unless Gideon's going to try and haggle this down.
I'll try.
All right, go ahead and make me a persuasion check. Let me know what you're going to try and say to these people.
Okay. Persuade. Oh, I'm okay at that. That's not bad. 19. So Gideon will approach the desk very kindly, and I don't know if the person's there or not, but if they aren't there, he will very, very patiently wait for them to show. And when they do, he will say, hello there. I'm part of a traveling group here, and we don't have the most money, but we got lots of people. We got 5 people that are going to be staying here for the next 10 days. And I was wondering if we could get any kind of discount. If they need to do a little bit of handiwork around the place to maybe lower the price, that's totally fine. Maybe take the brakes off the janitors or something a couple times, whatever need be. If they could maybe dump the price down by just a smidgen, that'd be fantastic.
So, having rolled a 19 on your persuasion check and throwing your colleagues under the bus, the innkeeper will actually give you each a gold off of your 10-day stay, so reducing it to 4 gold pieces.
Hell yeah.
They do mention like the fact that Heroes Fest is coming up would typically mean he'd end up hiking the prices. But since you're staying at a time that not a lot of business is coming in for reasons, he will agree to reduce the cost since you're staying before Heroes Fest as well.
If I don't want to clean, can I pay full price?
He's not going to make any of you clean.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. You made it
But I
like
will
bandits.
take the discount.
Yeah. I was like,
Right.
we already have a lot to do.
Cool.
Well, I wouldn't be working all day. It'd just be
Fine.
on task here and there.
Paid.
Are you
There's
going
a
to
lot
come
of
and help
books to
us?
read.
Of course I will. Of course I will. I get free residence. I'm coming to help if needs be.
Okay.
And this place has like stables or something like that?
Yeah. A lot of the inns in this city, due to the sheer size of it, a lot of them have like stables as part of the accommodations.
Not to sound too paranoid, but just because we seem to kind of bring a lot of inconvenience our way, I think it might be the best option if Hildy and the cart go with Gideon and the rest of the horses stay here, just so we all have like a means of exit should we need it.
It's not a
never
bad
know.
idea.
Yeah.
That's fair. Though before we park it here, I need to hit DNR Solutions and sell that bug carcass.
True.
Oh, sure. We'll come with you.
Give me a second while I figure out how much that bug carcass is worth.
Well, I
Right.
thought we were actually going to take it to the Arkanette to see if someone there could identify it.
No, we were
Ooh.
going to do that at DNR, I thought.
We could
Yeah.
do both. We could take it to the
We
Arkanette
could do
first.
both. We don't need to. Yeah.
We could also, because,
I do still have one of the bug's claws too. So
yeah,
we could use that.
I guess it depends what the erudites here are like. If they're very like book learned and would rather just look at our like anatomy drawings of it, like if they wouldn't want to see a carcass, in which case we could just bring it to DNR. But if we do feel like they would like a hands-on thing, then we could bring it to the Arkanette.
Maybe the DNR people have connections to the Arkanette. Maybe somebody there.
Well, but does Zarya or I know
Yeah.
better what they
Guys
would?
are Arkanette folks.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question? I was looking up the answer to that bug situation.
Would the Arkanette be interested in seeing the actual carcass, or would they rather look at like our diagrams that we've made? Do they want the hands-on experience, or are they going to be mad if we bring a dead bug to them?
I think in the case of the Arkanette, the Bardic College here, both would probably be acceptable for them, because I mean, what better way to learn than to have the physical thing there? But firsthand accounts, though not as reliable, they can still yield results. But I mean, you guys know you can trust yourself.
there then.
Yeah, let's take the bugs up there first then and see if they have anything to say.
Wait, I thought we were
And then-
getting lunch here first, and then we can bring the bugs up.
Right, we can get lunch first.
Food would be
Well,
good.
it may come down
sandwich.
to a decision. It may be one or the other. Do we need information on them, or do we need money more?
Information on
Information.
bugs.
Information.
Okay.
I mean, and we can always, like, we have Arkanette connections. Like, they might also be willing to purchase to, like, dissect or something in a class or something like that. So,
That is also true.
All right.
Lunchtime.
all right.
Drop our
what's
stuff
the
off in
menu
our
at
rooms.
Dingerhassen's like? Do we want to eat here, or is there somewhere better to go, Denny?
Well, I suppose instead of running through all the menus, what type of food are you looking for? Like, are you looking for like a fancy brunch? Or are you looking for more of a sustainable breakfast kind of thing?
Drac wants to try something new.
Yeah. Fancy brunch because we deserve it, and who knows what the fuck's gonna happen to us here. So we might as well enjoy
Having
one
been
meal.
here, what is like having been here before, what is kind of the price range, I think, is where I'm sitting.
Oh.
You know, if a fancy meal is 10 gold, I don't think I can afford a fancy meal.
Oh, right.
Well, let's say
Fancy.
because you guys have technically already bought your food, like the middle class meal at Dingerhassen's is already paid for. You've already got it. If you want to go like a high class meal, it's only going to be a little bit more.
I'm
We
willing to
We
Eat
could have
spend
one
this.
ourselves.
fancy day.
Yeah,
I'm
one
willing to
fancy
spend the
day,
silver.
please.
If they charge a gold for that, I'm gonna lose it.
We can talk them down by promising that we'll work in the kitchens.
Yeah, man, you know what? Hey, I'll do it. I'll work in the
Gideon
kitchens.
should work in the kitchen.
Yeah, Gideon, if you want to wash the dishes after our meal, you're more than welcome to. I haven't had to do that in a long time, so
I would wager Gideon would probably make a better meal than they would anyways.
Well, that's too kind.
True.
That's far too kind.
Even the times when Gideon seems like he might, flounder with the meal, out of nowhere, he's just suddenly like, bam, best meal I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not disagreeing. It's just I really haven't ever had like a fancy restaurant meal and would love to actually just have that experience if that's okay with everyone.
Gideon is very clearly flustered, and he says, "Yeah, let's get some fancy food." His face is like beet red.
Aw.
All right. So
Okay.
you all make your way into the Scribe Hill district. And on your way up into the fancier district, like the streets, you wouldn't think it'd be possible, become even more clean. Like there is no dust on the stones. Like the cobblestones are like level. Like there is no unevenness. It's pristine walking around up here. Though occasionally, like you do see like some like movement in crowds and just like the aftermath of what has clearly been like a pickpocket attempt and somebody punching somebody else in the gut. But you carry on your way. And based on what you've learned about the city though far, you know that the Midnight Oil is probably a pretty good option if you're looking for a fancier meal. And what were we? I think we were talking like, I think it was like 11 o'clock in the morning or so. So it's like perfectly the brunch hour. And you come to the Midnight Oil, and it's this is more of a luxurious inn. I described previously that this is kind of the go-to place for families of students who are visiting that end up staying. And it feels, it's very homey. There are a lot of plants that are being grown inside and out, like planters that are hanging from the ceiling. Very cafe feeling, very Art Nouveau. As you walk in, like there are wide windows that allow natural light inside, and a big circular stage in the middle with a curving staircase that kind of traces around it and leads up to a second level where rooms are. getting you all situated at a table, sitting down. The servers in the place, they come with trays of food. And is there anything anybody was kind of like looking for?
Fantasy eggs, Benny.
I want that elven garlic bread if it's here.
Yeah, I would order like garlic bread for the table so that everyone can have some.
Fried chicken and waffles. But the waffles have like jalapeno in them.
We're at a Michelin star restaurant.
And I
You guys
want
are like,
some
chicken and waffles.
Michelin star
Chicken?
fried
Fancy.
chicken and waffles, all right?
Waffles.
Okay. Adam, you know
I
so
want
much
a
about what's
deep-
fancy. What would I eat at a really fancy brunch then? Tell me. You tell
Chicken
me.
thingies.
I
You
want
say-
chicken nuggies.
Actually, this does remind me too. Adam, you're going to be saving like another
Yeah, I
gold
can't
piece
eat.
and a half. Yeah, so take that off of your budget because the
Oh,
money
really?
you would have spent on food is saved.
A
Living
gold and a
large.
half, you said?
Yeah, get a gold and a half back. Yeah, so 5 silver, 1 gold.
Ooh, not electronic.
Sure, he might not get to participate in these scenes, but he's saving money.
That's what it's all
matters.
about.
Gideon's looking to have an espresso
Ooh,
and
yes.
perhaps a tart for the morning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of those like kind of like French like tart situation things. I can't even. It's been so long since I've been to like a brunch. I can't remember what there is.
Yeah. So there's like puff pastries with like dolloped cream on the top, sprinkled with some sort of spice, so it blends in with the sugar and the heat, so to speak, just a hint of it. And you order all for the table these fancy drinks in like a white wine glass, or glasses for white wine, essentially, the shoot kind of glasses. These are they're called Easy Eye Sunrise. They're just these like orange to yellow, orange to red like drinks, this like ombre like fade in the drink, and they tell you that it's made with orange juice and pomegranate syrup, and they use their brand of wine is called Parsival Sparkling Wine, and it's dressed with a sliver of a blood orange on the edge of the glass.
I
Named
take my phone
after-
out and I take a picture.
I'll have
I
one of
get
them
mine-
too, please.
Can I get mine without alcohol?
Yeah, they absolutely
No
make
wine.
one with none of the wine in it. And
Clock
Christy,
tower.
Nell's eggs show up, and it's just one egg, and it is a massive egg. They tell you it's a hippogriff's egg.
Whoa.
Nice.
Cool.
Where do you
The hippogriff is in
where do
in
you
game.
get those
You
from?
can thank
Do you
thank
like
DNR.
have like do you have like a tame like roost of them or something that you collect eggs from on the daily?
Well, actually, your friend's kind of right here. We with DNR kind of specializing in hunting fantastical creatures, so to say. It's not surprising that a farm of the more domesticatable ones would kind of be set up. So we get them brought in from farmers who specialize in that.
That's extremely cool.
Mm.
I'm like write that down on my list of tourist things I want to do. Hippogriff farm.
They come out
Like a
with
petting
like
zoo.
there's like trays of sausage that have been fried with like slices of apple, and like trays of different types of cheeses. The garlic bread comes out, and a mixture of both with cheese and without cheese. And you guys are able to taste this elven delicacy.
How I've missed this.
And then as kind of a last kind of a tray, they bring out these just bowls of blackberries topped with a little marzipan shape or hippogriff shaped marzipan treat. And they just hand those out to everybody.
So cute.
This is incredible.
I just
Can't
ate
believe-
dinner and I'm hungry again, y'all.
I know. It sounds so good.
I can't
As
believe
I,
people eat like this all the time.
I eat my garlic bread. I'm like tearing up.
Amidst the tearing up, they bring you an after food coffee, little coffee. Or tea if anybody requires tea.
Tea rather than coffee for me.
They bring a pot for the
Espresso.
table.
Drax just
Espresso.
trying everything. Just like, this food is so good. Oh my goodness. Getting like a coffee rush.
So you'll each be spending a gold piece to eat here today.
That's fine.
That is absolutely fine by me.
Okay, 10 silver.
If you wanted to trade some out, Gideon, I could give you gold for silver.
I got.
I guess you're running
22.
out.
Silver's like my
Right.
spending money. I'm saving the gold.
Right.
And
Do you
meanwhile,
mind if
through
I ask? Oh,
I was
mind
just
if
going
I
to
ask
add a
what
little.
you're saving it for?
Gideon gets very serious for a minute at the table. When we were in Balesville, we didn't have time to visit him or check on him, but a friend of mine is still there. Monty, his name is, and I'm trying to help get him out of there. I hope he's okay. I don't know, but that's what the gold's for. So I'd like not to chip away at that.
Nice.
I understand. We'll get him out of there.
I hope so. We gotta make more money. Then Gideon has his espresso.
And
How about that
Yeah.
library?
yeah, I mean, during the course of the meal, you guys have been so enraptured in like the food and the scents in the place. And it just occurred to you that like there is actually somebody on stage just like with a flute just performing. So there's been this like a little bit of musical ambiance the entire time. And also that thought comes back of, oh yeah, Captain Jen had said to think about your branding.
Okay, guys. So, two
Huddle up.
things. Firstly, regardless, we should come up with a name because people keep asking us and it's embarrassing. And I guess this is what people do, right? I already had a name built in, but I think we need, anyway, regardless. Second, I thought it was a good idea to offer our help, but in retrospect, I think maybe that was another moment of being naive on my part. So we don't have to help the guard if you guys don't want to. We could do like DNR contracts or something else. No pressure. Because I just don't want to like force you guys into something that is actually a bad idea. So.
Well, we've
I don't
got
think
lots of
there's anything-
research to do.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as it doesn't get in the way of our main tasks, I don't think there's anything wrong with helping out in the towns we go to, as long as, they're compensating us. Which is why
They
I'm not
didn't
against
seem
the
that
idea.
excited to have us help them, though.
You know,
I think
I just
they
thought
more
it was.
were worried about random people getting injured. Like if
Right.
anyone says, I know what I'm doing, and, goes and gets themselves killed trying to be a hero or something, can't imagine that looks good for the town guards.
No.
Helping people is sometimes a lot more bureaucratic than I realized, I think. So,
Mhm.
I don't think it's wrong to offer help to someone, though. These people just didn't want it from us, I guess. That's fine. We go help someone else.
Yeah.
Also,
I'll go help myself to
I think
this
she
lovely
did
cuisine.
want it.
Oh, pass
Yeah.
the
Just
garlic
needed
bread,
to
Gideon.
check who we were.
yeah, that's right. So we can go back tomorrow, but if, depending if we're not all feeling it, then no pressure at all. And then
One thing that might... Oh.
go ahead.
I was like, one thing that might be useful if we're traveling so much is getting affiliated a bit more with DNR. We're probably going to fight more weird monsters along the way. And as much as I would love to carry beautiful pieces of it on every awesome monster that we defeat, I'm not carrying anything, and Drax only has 2 hands.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I
I'd
have
rather.
shoulders, I have a head, I have a body.
I'd rather keep the gross dead monster parts away from my adventuring supply that I'm gonna be
I would
selling
also
to people.
like to keep them out of the back of that cart.
Ideally, yeah. Ideally, we get
Well-
another cart to keep the dead monsters in, but I ain't buying it. So
I don't really Really
Well, what
want
if
another
we
cart.
find someone here who can do something with that crown, and then it won't be the cart's problem anymore?
Okay.
Yes, we definitely
Yeah.
should look, but just also for the future. We could go, I don't know, look in the market and see if they have anything, like any way of carrying things like that.
I mean, I could always try to strap it to my backpack. I just feel like it would be a little unwieldy.
Probably.
Yeah.
A little, like, gushy.
I've cleaned it. It's clean. There's
We
only
could
a
look at,
few
like-
bits of flesh left on it.
But I mean, in the future, Drac, if there are other ones, you know, what if you don't have time to clean it? Are you just gonna strap on a piece of rotting corpse to you every day?
I mean, that's kind of what I did back home. Just carry it back to the village after a kill.
But
I'm sure
your
you
village is
smell
probably
lovely.
closer. Yeah, the smell.
Still,
Yeah, we kind of end up traveling for days sometimes.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking. We could just see if there's another option, and if not, you're welcome to drape yourself in corpse bits.
I mean, I can clean
Worth
you off.
looking.
understood, Nell. Thank you.
I could clean you off. I got a spell. I can clean you off,
See?
but
Here's a spell.
it would just be
Useful.
not a pleasant journey for you. I don't know. If you're willing to walk it with the thing draped all over you, and sorry, we're trying to eat food.
Yeah, we should
I'll
start
clean
this
you off
conversation.
after.
Yeah, like
We'll come back.
as like
We'll come
you're
back to it.
saying all this, my appetite is just disappearing. I went from like wolfing down garlic bread to like nibbling on it. I'm like,
Are you going to finish that, Azaria? If you're not going to, I will have it.
you know what? Yeah, I think this conversation. I don't have the strongest body. Don't have the strongest stomach.
All right. Well, I'm good. So if you don't want it, you know, I don't want to waste any food.
Yeah, I hand you my half-eaten garlic bread.
I mean, Drek, I knew
Well-
you had access to magic, but I never knew you could create portals in your mouth for food to just disappear.
I do a lot of push-ups every morning. Okay, I burn through food very quickly.
I can see that.
As you say that, a couple of you feel a pair of hands, like a hand on the back of your chair, and you hear a voice, "Well, that sounds impressive." And the man who had been playing the flute on the stage is now just kind of huddled over your group, just kind of hands on the back of two chairs, and just like looking around. "Are you enjoying the meal?"
Yes, can I help you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
quite
so
good.
Very good.
"Sorry, and he kind of like squints. He's like, "Sorry, my eyesight's bad. I hadn't seen you around before, and I've confirmed that."
Yeah, we're new here.
What's your name,
Yeah.
friend?
"Oh, I'm Parsival. I'm the I see you got some of the breakfast drinks. I'm the
You're
one who
of the
makes the
wine?
wine.
Hmm.
But I also play here. It's good practice.
Man
The
of many
music
talents.
has been quite enjoyable.
And getting a good look at this guy, he's like very well put together. He's like wearing this like cream colored suit. Like he's got like very tidy blonde hair, blue eyes, and he's got that flute on him still. He's like, "I'm sorry to bother you. I was just checking in, making sure everything's all right here."
Oh, it's wonderful. Could I see your flute for a moment? I won't play it, but I play myself. I just want to inspect the make. Is that okay?
Make a persuasion check.
Not so good. 8.
I do apologize, but I would be much more comfortable not handing this off to folks I just met. I hope you understand.
I completely do. Gideon actually reaches into his explorer's pack and pulls out his flute. I don't let many people hold this either, but I was just curious. He puts it back in.
Well, it's nice to see another flautist. Perhaps you should play here sometime.
Maybe I will. If the invitation's
All right.
open.
Oh, if you've got some talent, I'm sure that just show them in one of the back rooms. Usually they'll. I mean, a lot of the students come through here, so they'll allow people. But in the meantime, I've got some business I should take care of, so I bid you all a good day. Glad you enjoyed the meal. Oh.
Sorry, are you the proprietor here? Do you own this establishment, or?
No, I just like coming by and playing every once in a while.
Right. Okay, have a good day.
And he just waves, he's got this happy face, and he just walks on out.
What, is he human?
Yeah, he's just a human.
Also, can we just... I'm just going to check my stuff really quick that he didn't take my freaking coin purse or something.
Yeah, any of you who are suspicious, you go through your stuff. Nothing's missing. You have not been scammed.
You are all the most untrusting group of people that I've ever
Who
met.
just comes up to a random table and starts talking to them?
Zarya,
Look,
let me just say, before everything that happened, before I left my town, I was the most trusting person you have ever met in your entire life because I had no reason to be otherwise. This real world situation is not always worthy of my trust. That's all I'll say, okay? It's just a lot
I
has
think you're
happened.
right. I think you're right in this scenario. That guy was weird.
Yeah, he was a bit off.
Like, if he was the
Well,
owner,
strange, but-
sure, he could come up and that would make sense to check in, but why would the random bard come and... I don't know, I was just confused, I guess.
I agree.
Art students, I don't know. Strange folk.
Maybe he saw us enjoying the drink made with his family's wine.
But then he didn't even say, hey, this is where the winery is, give me more money. It wasn't like a sales pitch or anything, so I didn't really understand the point.
Well, as somebody who's worked around merchants, yeah, they can be a little upfront sometimes, and they can be a little. They have to push boundaries sometimes to make more sales, but they don't push too hard. Like, they won't just approach someone and be like, "Hey, buy my stuff," but they will be like, "Hey, how is everything? And are you doing okay? And is everything going well, etc., etc." It's about keeping the customer, but just I don't know. It's just sort of a bit of an intro. It's, you know, it works on some people, it doesn't work on some people. It doesn't work on us. That's for sure.
Apparently. So we have trust issues.
Yeah, yeah. We can thank the road for that.
What did he look like again, Denny? What color was his hair?
He had blonde hair, blue eyes, like very well put together, like, and he was wearing like a cream-colored suit. Like, he looked like he came from wealth.
Colonel Sanders.
He made me my chicken nuggies.
yeah. That chicken and waffles. You can thank that guy.
Yeah.
He's my best friend.
Yeah, he just mentioned he was the wine provider, or at least he worked with them. His family, it's his family wine, so.
Yeah.
And we were having it, so he was curious. Guess he's
Wait, so the winery is Parzival Winery, and this guy's name was also Parzival?
That's right.
Is his name Parzival?
Yeah, is it named after his first name, or did he just give us his last name?
You didn't ask.
Or is he like Prince?
Maybe
It's
he
just
goes
like
by
one
his last name.
Or he's like Madonna.
Judging by his attire, he's the kind of person that goes by a
Parzival.
title or last name. So.
That's all you need to know.
Oh, God.
Parzival.
Anywho, back to the conversation at hand. After that guy so rudely interrupted our meal. God.
Oh, could you be the Parzivals?
No. I guess we could have asked him if he was interested in branding, like a branding opportunity, sponsoring our adventuring party, and then
dual sponsored the Dingerhausens and the Parzivals. Together.
sponsored by Dingerhaus.
We didn't ask them.
We didn't ask.
Yeah. Could have been like Parzival Strangers or something.
I swear,
You know,
if
he
this
could
party
have-
ends up the Dingerhausens.
The Dinger. The only way my brain is trying to make this into a thing. I can't remember what it's called when you combine them, but like the Dinger Parsons or something. That's really not...
There it is.
Nailed it.
We got her.
The one.
Oh boy. Yeah. Any
Names.
other ideas?
Do we need a name?
Gonna be honest, I don't have many ideas
Uh-huh.
about this sort of stuff.
feeling a little comatose from all the food I just ate, so...
Now, you mentioned, like, the Seekers before.
Yeah, because I guess it's like, what are we trying to say to other people with our name and, like, what unifies us?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are all looking for something.
Oh, it could just be that. I'm looking for something.
It could just be like...
Including a team name.
Yeah. We're the seekers of a new name.
We could just have a really long name, like, if you see us in town, it's gonna be a bad time. Sorry in advance.
That's our name. Sorry in advance.
Sorry in advance.
Of that.
The Sia.
The Sias. If you see us in town, we are willing to offer our services and help you unless you are rude and or a bug, in which case...
Or a bird.
Or a
No bugs
bird.
allowed, no birds allowed.
Oh, come on. That one
.org.
bird person was great.
We could be just the bird watchers.
I resent that.
But you've watched so many birds in our travels.
I suppose.
You know, watched out for them.
Just the watchers, but like other than the birds, what are we watching? You know?
Each other's backs. And I point at Abe.
I like seekers.
Abe is
got
like
a-
checked out.
It's got
Doesn't
purpose.
seem
Be
to
like-
be part of this conversation at all.
Abe, do you have any thoughts?
We could be the chosen's chosen.
The chosen's
Kind of
chosen.
clever.
Meldons and the Meldonettes.
We really want to name ourselves after Malden. That's what
No.
we're
a
doing.
little gendered for my liking.
The Malden 6, really?
More like
That's
the
it.
six that are gonna punch Malden right in the throat with their bare hands.
Oh god.
I mean,
Watch your
we're also
mouth.
could be like the friendly strangers. We're an odd group of people traveling around.
That's true.
I
We have a-
wouldn't really
We keep
consider
seeming
us
to have to solve
strangers anymore,
problems
I think it
I
means
don't mean
strangers
to-
to others.
to others,
That makes us sound
and we are
And you can't
Kinda
deny that we're
exactly
strange.
approachable.
I know it
You're
makes me
all
sound like I'm a
strange.
creep. So
I'd say we're fairly approachable.
If I would have to
Unless you're that guy.
put a vote on something, I think my vote would be Seekers.
seeking
I like seekers.
the seeking strangers, and then parentheses, and then some sort of sexual thing,
yeah. I was like, that just sounds like a Saturday night.
looking for swingers.
Stop on by Dinkerhassens.
As far as we have known each other, we've had to look for plenty of information. We've had to look for a lot of things. We've been seeking a lot. Seekers
The
make sense.
decanter,
Yeah, the
looking
decanter.
for your parents, my brother.
Your brother.
The
Yeah.
good lookers.
Well, we got to be more modest about it, but sure.
But we're good at looking.
Good at
We're
looking.
Good looking.
And we're all good looking. So
Maybe the Seekers.
It could be something like the peculiar seekers, or we could put an adjective in there.
Perhaps.
again, are people gonna want to hire us if we're like, we're the
We're
weird
super weird.
fucking seekers?
To be honest, I don't think that's my main goal in this.
Well, no, I don't think it well, I don't know, I guess what the point of it is, other than people want to have something to know us by, and what do we want that to be, you know? Because if like we do go to other towns and we need to like make money by offering help, do we want to come across as people who other people want to work with?
I'm just floating this idea. I don't think we would ever. Well, maybe we would, but if we ever left this continent we are on, perhaps we would need to be known of where we're from. Maybe the Seekers of Sacramento.
Alliteration.
It's catchy.
And then we could be the SOS, which I like an abbreviation.
Actually, Yeah.
Seekers of Sacramond. I like it.
I raise up my extremely small espresso cup.
I raise
All,
up. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, all in favor of the Seekers of Sycamont, and it like honestly, it looks so tiny in my hand. My hand is
You're
gigantic.
huge.
Yeah. Gideon
I
picks
hold
up
mine with
his
2
small
hands.
espresso cup.
I'll pick up my espresso cup and my Easy Eye Sunrise.
Someone
Gideon
nudge
hands-
Abe awake.
Gideon
Sure.
hands Abe like an empty glass that was on the table for his water. Here, you can choose
I
whatever.
have 2 drinks. Here. I hand him the Sunrise.
He just lifts his hand after kind of last minute coming back into the conversation.
All right, all in favor?
Hey,
Cheers.
Hi.
And then I clink.
What do you think will happen if I mix these 2 together?
nothing good. I tell you that much.
Oh, I think it would taste
probably
okay.
a good time. I've
I
heard
think we
that
should
some of
try
the
it.
college students do a mixture of alcohol with caffeinated beverages.
Not great,
I-
Jack.
He's having a bad
In
time.
Yeah.
real life, I do actually have experience of what it's like to mix coffee and orange juice together because that's what my parents like.
Oh.
They would,
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Ooh.
but like they would give me coffee as like an 8-year-old, and I would just like take a sip of both and just swish it up. So it's not actually as bad as you might think it would be. So
That was not good.
Yeah, try not to
Probably-
drink too much of that together.
8-year-old me disagrees.
Your stomach might disagree.
It's probably an acquired
Yes.
taste.
Yeah,
I would
Well, now
try
you
next
know.
time your coffee with like a whiskey of sorts.
Mm.
Oh,
now that's a good combo.
I
They
don't
served
think
that
I've
back in
tried
Dale.
this.
That's a wonderful combination.
Okay.
I'll have to give it a shot. You know, this place, after eating its food, is not that bad.
I told you it'd grow on you.
Well, I
After-
mean, the way to my heart is through food, so...
Of course.
Around this time, the waiters and waitresses come by and start picking up plates, and they're like, kind of like, "You've been here a while."
Yeah, I know that. Okay, we shuffle out.
Okay.
I might actually just, as we're leaving, ask one of them. So that Parsifal gentleman, does he often kind of check in with the people eating here and see how their meals are going, or?
Yeah, I mean, when he's playing, if somebody orders one of the wines, he's had a nice tendency to check in on people and see how they're enjoying it. He seems to really care about his product.
Big
Ah.
merchant.
So he was being friendly.
Yes, he
Alright.
was.
Interesting.
I mean,
I
yeah.
still
Well, could
don't
do with just
trust
being-
him.
A little more trusting.
He's a bug in disguise.
Look,
It's,
guys, I'm finding this harder and harder to navigate because I think sometimes I go the opposite direction, and then it's like you're being too trusting with the wrong people, and then I'm overly not trusting with the right
Well,
people. So
I
You'll
think it's
figure
best
it out. You've been on the road not very long.
okay.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll figure that out. We had a lot of things to figure out.
don't, don't get jaded.
Yeah, don't be jaded.
Well,
I will try.
shall we get this bug appraised?
To the library?
To the library.
To the institute.
Finally,
Where were you
We're
keeping that
gonna
bug
do
during
it.
the meal?
it's in the cart.
Oh, okay,
I
you're
s-
bringing the cart.
Yeah. All the other horses, though, I think are at Dingerhausen's.
So essentially, it's
the
just Hildy
Hildy
in the
cart.
cart. Yeah,
Yes.
makes sense. Okay.
And we can just... Could we say that, like, maybe we unpack some of, like, our individual heavy stuff?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit easier on Hildy through the city?
Yeah,
And
you guys
Lock
have
that
like
stuff in our rooms or something?
yeah, you've gotten your own rooms. If you want to double up, or if you want your own rooms, like you can all get that. The money's all been paid for. You can just decide how you're wanting to live.
Mhm.
And you've dropped off all your stuff. And where the Midnight Oil is the hill that goes up toward the Arkanette. Midnight Oil is basically just at the bottom of the hill. So it's like any students who just like want to hit up the tavern after school, they just run down the hill and there's the place they gotta go. So, but now You guys have eaten, you're all full, and you have immediate exercise.
Oh.
Drac like goes into his like regular like pretty quick walk speed, and he's just like do, and then immediately gets a cramp, and he's just like, ah.
You may have eaten a little too much there for That's okay. It means you enjoyed the
Just
food.
hands on the head.
Here. here's some
Thankfully, we don't
water.
have to be anywhere incredibly fast.
Yes.
Gideon pulls out his tankard and he's like, here, drink some water.
Thank you, it helps.
And as you all begin to make your way up towards the Arkanette Institute, like nearby on a on like a town crier's little platform, just a small little stage, there's just a single person who's just kind of yelling at people as they're going by. And you catch him saying things about like the ascendancy and how crime in the city has been going up, and yet what have they been doing? Like, it sounds like this person is just like a one-man protest.
Could I listen to him speak for a little bit as we drive by and sort of pinpoint, does his accent sound like he's from Balesville?
As you're listening to this person, and he kind of like fixates on people and like talks to them as they're walking by, and then he'll like pick a new target. Make a no, I'll just say you can identify this. If he had a Balesville accent, you do not detect it.
Okay.
What about that symbol that we saw in Balesville? Is that anywhere on him that we could see?
Just walking by and like not getting up and looking close. No,
No.
like he's not like
He doesn't
touting
have a
like
sweatshirt or
banners
anything.
or a picket sign or wearing that embroidered sweater. It's just like, check it, reppin'.
Yeah, okay.
No. He doesn't have any symbology suggesting any affiliation with any group.
Okay.
Under my breath to like the rest of the group, I'm going to say like, we have a bunch of other stuff that we have going on right now, but at some point, would it be like a really terrible idea if we find this guy again and just say, may the midnight sunrise? Is that perhaps a bad idea?
We're not really big on good ideas, are we?
No.
I think it might
Again,
be a bad idea.
I
think
think
it
that's
might
sounds
maybe
like a
it-
bad idea.
Not right now. Maybe it might lead us somewhere
Yeah.
once
what I'm
we're
afraid
trying to
of.
figure out.
To jail.
Well, if he's like a double agent, I guess.
And
Okay.
as you guys continue walking on, you hear that guy. You then hear him like yell, and you look back, and like the papers he was holding and reading from, like some students have just run by, slapped them out of his hands, and kept going. And now he's running after them.
Oh,
Gideon
can we
lets
grab
out a
one of those
hearty chuckle.
papers?
Yeah, I'll grab
They're on the
paper.
ground now?
Yeah, there's some paper on the ground. Sure, go ahead.
I can grab one. Is the symbol invisible?
Picking up a piece of his paper, no, you don't see any symbology, and it mostly looks like a bullet point form like layout of why the ascendancy is bad. And this guy
Okay.
isn't the greatest writer.
Hmm.
It's like pretty shoddy crafts or like handwritten. And you figure for a place called Scribe Hill, they might be a bit more well written. But no, this guy's not.
Guess he's a dropout.
Well, hold on to this.
Yeah, I'll put one into my journal as well.
And he wasn't like spouting anything else. He was just talking like ascendancy is bad, blah blah blah, that kind of thing.
Crime is going up. It's their fault. Like, why haven't they been able to fix this? Heroes Fest is coming up. Like, how are we going to have Heroes Fest if crime is running rampant and we can't let people in?
Okay.
Yeah. So, before he returns, you continue on up the hill. And approaching the Arkanette Institute, it is this beautiful, like, Gothic-styled building. Like, it is incredibly tall, and it's got, like, several spires. Like, the stonework is all this, like, nice, clean white stone, and then conical towers with blue roofs. And then there's this one tower that shoots up above the rest, and it has this four faces four clock faces, one on each side of it, and it is the highest tower out of all of them. And continuing forward up the hill, you come to the main gates, and it enters into a courtyard where there's a path forward towards the main central building, but there's just nice greenery, trees. These ones don't seem to be like specifically manicured to be spheres. They have been left like natural here, and like leaves have been left to fall. It's a very refreshing space.
Now this is what trees should look like.
Mm-hmm.
But you also notice that there's like no people in the courtyard. Like the place is very quiet.
Is it I mean, it's been years since I've been here, but was it usually more bustling?
Yeah, I mean, like you might have like students sitting under trees, or in between classes, like doing homework. Like people would be out here using the space. But if crime's as bad as they say it is right now, maybe it's just not safe being out and about for research and homework.
Yeah, it's strange to see it so empty.
Hey.
Let's continue and see what's up.
So,
Gideon will shout, "Hello!"
and across this vast courtyard, it's just a few birds like leap out of the tree and fly off into the air, but there's no people out here
For the birds. Great.
who are clearly spies. Anyway, so you enter into the building. These rather large wooden double doors, but there are like a couple of smaller doors built into it, so you just open those. And stepping inside to the main building, there's more of that same eerie loneliness. Like, the floor is just this nice glossed marble, but each step you take across, it's just this loud clicking of footsteps. And just echoing down these halls to the left and right. And in front of you is this main desk, and sitting behind it is a half-dwarf, half-orc woman. So she's got this very jovial, almost Miss Potts kind of first impression. Like, she's short and squat, but she's like a very welcoming face. Well, hi there. How can I help you?
It's been years since I've been here, but I'm hoping to get access to the libraries. Did I, and this is something I can't remember, did I have like a something like a symbol or something to show my status within here?
Yes, you and Elowin both have what is essentially a library card. An identity card of the guild. A student card is probably more accurate.
I guess mine would be like a teacher's like ID.
Actually, very much so.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Azari, you are of the didact rank within the within the Arkanette Institute, and that is pretty much the teacher's rank.
Yeah, I have some research that I need to do within my own studies of Druid's craft. Is anyone actually around? Probably, I guess I'd be looking for someone of, is it Chandir, the 5th rank? There's some pressing stuff within what I've learned recently that might be of interest.
As far as I'm aware, the Chandirs aren't really available at the moment, but neither is the library.
What?
Is it due to the crime in the city?
Yes, it is. With with all the liability of crime going on in the city, we couldn't risk losing any high-valued items of our collection. But furthermore, we have a bit of a ghost problem in there right now.
Excuse me, what?
Spirits, the undead, incorporeal.
Yeah, I heard what you said. I heard that you said ghost. I just didn't think those were real. Okay.
Oh, very much so.
Well,
Oh, yes.
that's just great. I'm gonna stand over here and rethink things. Excuse me. And Gideon goes and stands in the corner. I'm just like, what?
Well,
And then I put a hand on Gideon's shoulder. I was like, you do know that zombies and ghouls are also real.
He gets like 1,000-year stare staring at the ground, just.
My
Did
friend
you-
and I are both members of the Arkanettes. Even we are not allowed into the libraries?
no, unfortunately not. We've ordered a cleric to come and exercise the place, but he's not expected to come in for a couple of days, which is very unfortunate too. We have an employee kind of trapped in there with all the spooks, but from what I heard, he's kind of walled himself up in a secret room. He might be fine still. Oh, the poor dear.
Well, we have
do
a
have
cleric
a
with
cleric.
us. He's a
Oh, we
very
do.
good cleric.
Hello.
Hello, dear.
How are you?
I am well. How are you? Have you experience with the undead?
Not so much. I'm aware that they exist. And now you have confirmed that for me.
Yep, me too.
Do you guys never read the Tiffany Thatcher Ghost Catcher books when you were kids?
No, we told campfire stories, and I thought all of them were false.
Oh my god, no, they were such a good series. My dad would read them to me, and it's kind of like a dream come true.
This is not a dream come true for me. I've heard some pretty
This is
messed
not-
up stories.
Nope, not a
Right.
dream.
No, it's
Bog
not,
beast
not a
could be
good
real.
thing, but it is something we could help deal with.
Yes,
Yes.
but just like Tiffany would, and they bust the ghosts. Guys, this is gonna be.
I have a question.
We do.
I don't
have
think firearms
this-
are going to do anything to a ghost. With all due respect.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
I
my
can touch a
understanding
ghost.
of them. We might need to look at talking with some smiths before we would approach anything with that, as going through things that are incorporeal. It's not easy.
Well, I mean, as far as my readings go, I'm not incredibly well versed in the undead either, but I don't believe they're like very powerful undead. If your cleric is up for commission, I suppose, I'd be happy to pay you all the service I was going to pay the cleric, and perhaps I could
Sure.
do you another favor
Correct.
as well if needed.
That would actually be
I think we
great.
should do that. Yeah.
And would you be able to tell any of the higher ups and stuff that I might have information on where the druids are? We'll help you with this, but someone needs to know.
All right, I'm just making a note of that. Yeah, if you're willing to help with this, I can do that absolutely. To tell higher ups. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just writing a note.
So,
So
it-
can we
are
go
you-
on?
are you the only person here?
I mean, there's probably a few people in the school, but I mean, I'm the only one up front at the moment. There are a few classes going on. We've warded the library so that the undead stay contained in there, so we've got that going.
Right. Okay. Well, if you're afraid of the crime going on, you should get some security around here.
Well, I mean, we do have wizards and all that, but... Yeah, I mean, some things happened here, and I suspect some sort of prank with this undead business. So maybe we do need more security. Maybe you're right. Well,
I'm sorry, this is a prank.
this... Okay, I don't know, but... I don't know also what the budget for security is like, but we definitely need to inquire more about it.
Yeah. I mean, I understand tipping over goats, but creating ghosts, that's not a prank to me.
Tipping over ghosts is very different, isn't it?
Goats, yeah.
She's writing.
I mean, at most, no one's prank was to, like, try and, start a fire in there.
Oh, yeah, well... So, you're willing to go in then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Then I would ask you try and find Papar. That's our employee who's been trapped in there. Again, I think he might have found a little secret hiding spot, so see if you can track him down. And also try not to damage the library at all.
him?
Yeah, we'll avoid causing fires.
Yes.
Large amounts of water.
What does this Papar look like?
Oh, you'll know him when you see him. He's, in comparison to everything else in the room, hopefully alive.
Understood.
Hopefully.
And sorry, what was your name again?
Oh, I'm sorry, dearie. I'm Ulumpha.
How do you spell that?
Well, that's going to be spelled U-L-U-M-P-H-A.
I love that name.
Great. Thank you so much for your help. And do you have a kids section? Because then I could get that book series and make everyone else read them too, because they were very good.
There might be some books of fiction amongst the folk tales section. Also, when you're done in there, knock twice on the door so I know to let you out. I'm going to be locking you in there, just so you're aware.
Oh, good.
Fair enough.
Understood. Can
All
I
right.
pull my team away from here for a second? Friends, I know I am a cleric. I just really want to be honest with you all. I've never had to deal with any sort of undead spirits. I've read a lot. And yes, I have gifts from Vishtak, my god, but I haven't had to fight the spirits of the world before. This is very scary for me.
In the club, I just learned that a lot of campfire stories might be true.
Yes.
She said that they were kind of weak, so...
And that you're not
My
alone.
readings are correct.
Right.
Even the weakest spirit can cause great harm to someone.
Yes, but as long as you have some sort of magical weaponry or magical abilities, we should be able to handle them.
I suppose I could, I don't have the right things prepared for this right now. I would need to sleep on it.
I suppose that might also give Gideon time to... No offense, Gideon, but I don't know exactly how much help you will be against spirits.
I was gonna say the same thing, to be honest. I could shoot
Did
a
we
few
want
holes in
to-
a bookshelf.
I don't think they would like that.
No,
Yeah, please don't do that.
precisely.
Did we want to see if anyone's around to take a look at our bug?
Sure, we can ask.
It doesn't sound like very many people are here. I was hoping that was the favor we could ask them after dealing with this.
Well, do you not think they would be interested nonetheless?
Perhaps.
I think things being as they are right now, it seems like they're a little preoccupied, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah, it sounds like the only people who are here right now are the ones teaching classes in classes.
Wonder where everybody else went.
Well, I can answer that. As far as where everybody's at, we've kind of given people some time off considering the facilities.
Right.
Rats.
Makes sense.
So they get 2 weeks of holidays. They get this week, and then they get Heroes Fest. That's nice.
Provided that Heroes Fest even happens at all. I mean, that's kind of what we're basing our gauge on. If Heroes Fest can't happen, the school's kind of in its shutdown mode until the city gets better.
Oh, understood.
How soon do you need this ghost problem dealt with? Because I can certainly help, and my allies can as well, but I'm not fully prepared for it. I would need to sleep.
All right, well, my concern just goes to the lad trapped inside, but...
Right.
Hopefully he doesn't.
How long has he been in there already?
Oh, it's been a couple of days.
So,
Is it that like only like magically coded weapons would be able to have any effect?
Make a religion check for me.
Can I assist in that, as I am proficient in religion?
Sure, and you've decided that you have read about the undead. I'll allow it.
Can I give him the help because he's proficient?
That I'm going to say no because you're the one that initiated the action.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh, 21.
So, when it comes to, like, incorporeal undead, especially the less dangerous ones, so to say, it's not that... It's like weapons aren't very effective against them, but it isn't uncommon to hear, like, a story of, like, somebody, like, waves off a ghost and it vanishes. Like, such things do happen. So, there's theoretical debates whether weapons deal damage to ghosts. As far as the mechanics go, a lot of them are resistant, but not immune.
Would I know if, like, there's any way to, like, you know, do something to currently existing weapons to overcome those?
Like, having them, like, blessed with holy water is something that can be done. It's kind of like treating a weapon with poison, but it's only effective against the undead. So it's like, it might only be one attack, or it might be... I'd have to look up the rules for poison, but it might be like 3 attacks or 1 attack. I don't remember which it is.
Yeah, I can't remember either. Out of game, I thought was like, would something like silvering them
Silvering them absolutely.
help?
Well,
And how much would that be is the thought.
Also, according to Google, poison lasts a minute before drying out.
Or it's a minute or until the next attack, right?
It depends on
The poison.
what source the poison is from. If it's just a vial, then I think Christy is correct on that.
Yeah, it says basic poison lasts a minute once applied.
That's fair. It's already super underwhelming.
And in terms of the silvering question, can I have you make a religion check as well?
Sure. 26.
Silvering is definitely something that is more associated with like lycanthropic creatures. There are certain monsters that are, according to stories and myth, that are vulnerable to silver. A lot of those stories tend to be along the lines of like fiends and devils, like the agents of evil, that kind of thing. Whether the undead is susceptible to silvered weapons, that might be a case-by-case basis.
Well, unfortunately, there's someone in there, and my thought is we should go sooner than later.
I agree.
Seems urgent.
I will not be as effective as I could be if I got a good night's rest.
I feel that.
Either way, I won't be effective, but I'll come with you.
Yeah, you and I might just have to swing our swords around.
Well, yeah.
So
Hopefully, it
I
doesn't
don't
come
think
to
they'll
that.
appreciate me putting some arrows into the bookshelves.
Yeah, nor me putting some gunshots.
I think not, but
Well, I mean,
Alright.
do what you gotta do, but also don't die, and also try not to do too much in there. It's mostly the books, like the shelves and that. That's fine. If you've got like weapons that are projectiles, just try and make sure things that go through ghosts don't hit the books.
Yeah.
understood.
Although it would be really nice. The acoustics in here are just marvelous.
Well, wait till
I'm
you
sure a
get in
gunshot
there.
would. Yeah.
Oh, look at Abe. Abe, what do you think? How are you feeling about this?
I think someone's life is in danger. And we are in an immediate position to save them. We might not have that luxury in another day.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
All
You
right.
have scimitars, Gideon?
I got one.
I pull out a hand axe. Would you like a second weapon?
Sure, I'll take it. I don't know
Oh,
how much use I'm going to make of this, but more of a finesse weapon kind of guy.
Right, then I think, Yulantha, show us to the library if you please.
Absolutely. Come with me.
Draw my spear.
And she hops off a stool that she'd been sitting on behind the table, and she almost vanishes behind the desk when she hops off her chair. And you hear just the little pitter-patter of feet as she comes around the front desk, and she is quite short. I don't think I ever did end up giving her a bit of a description to you guys. So she's just like the body type of a dwarf, but she's got like an olive to brown colored skin, big rosy cheeks, and this like Miss Frizzle styled hair, except for it's brown. And
Like
and
a
she's,
little Italian Nona.
and she's wearing
With
very
an Irish
comfortable
accent.
clothing. And she leads you all down a hallway, and after
Mark
a
is
few
just
turns,
praying under his breath the entire time.
all of you have been doing well, by the way. Take a point of inspiration if you don't have it.
Said one sentence.
Oh,
And
so
it
cast
was an
mage armor before we
important
go in there.
sentence.
And so yeah, she leads you through these empty hallways, the footsteps of all of you just echoing down and just reminding you of how empty this place is and yet how massive it is. And eventually she comes to this wooden door that in front of it there is this gate that has been pulled across and locked. And she pulls out some keys and sorts through this ring, and finding the key she's looking for, unlocks the gate, slides it open, in just this metal just scraping and just kind of banging against the door a little bit as it goes by. And then she turns to you all. Are you ready then?
I'll look to the group actually and say, do we want to figure out a plan?
Well, we don't know exactly what's in there.
You know how many ghosts are in there?
Oh, unfortunately, I wasn't in there the day of the lockdown, so I don't have much information.
Are we going to try to be sneaky? Or go in loud to draw them out? Should Nell and I go first?
I'm okay with that.
You know,
Have them focus on us because we can take the most hits.
something I did hear while during the last couple of days from people who had kind of run out of the library is there were some people that were saying the place was filled with an immense aura of dread. So just be careful in there. You might get
What?
So that people might end up being frightened.
or sad.
Oh,
That's just what some of the folks were saying when they were running off.
Okay.
okay.
I really don't like this.
I think what I'm going to do then is who. Hey guys, we're friends now. Who, other than Gideon, who here thinks they're gonna get the most afraid? Curious. Like, who's the most trepidatious about to go in?
I'm not feeling very confident.
Okay. Then I am going to cast Heroism on you and on Gideon. So
That sounds like a great choice.
we need to go in immediately after
Go, go, go.
to make sure
All
it
right,
works.
let's go in. All guns
Um,
blazing.
So you're immune to being frightened. You each get 3 temporary hit points as well.
Nice.
And how long does the spell last for?
A minute. So get on.
So yeah, when she says that, I will draw my great axe and kick the door open.
Oh, I guess.
And I'm
we're
gonna
going
run.
in.
I'm gonna pull out my
I
sword
guess
and
we're
run
just
in
going
too.
in.
No
I
sneaking.
cast light
Yeah,
on my
planning
holy
is-
symbol.
Done.
You guys can sneak. Me and Abe are drawing focus.
Yep.
And as I run past Abe, I'm like, "You ever fought a ghost before, bud? Let's go!"
And
I will catch up.
Yulumfa like opens the door as you just like charge into the room, and you all make your way inside, and it's immediately a staircase that like turns and goes down to a lower level.
I have fallen down the stairs.
This is
Oh, we're
amazing.
really not sneaking, huh?
You guys.
It's all a
need to-
tactic, Elowin.
We're doing this
We're
on
drawing their
purpose.
attention.
Oh,
We're just saying, come at me, ghosts. Let's go.
It's your boy.
Oh no, we've killed Anthony. A
So-
ghost flew in Drax's mouth.
hit him!
So you all find yourselves as you're heading down these nice wooden stairs into a large space. It is this beautiful library with an incredibly tall ceiling. There's the smell of parchment and paper strong in the air. And along the walls, there are bookshelves that stretch far up them, some of them needing even ladders. And further down in the room, there is this elevated walkway that cuts the room in half, but there are some arches underneath it to allow passage to the other side of the library. And despite the beauty of this space, as you all make it to the bottom, whether of your own volition or falling down the stairs in a heap, you are all overcome with an intense wave of sorrow, mourning, and grief. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Joke's on them. I already feel that.
16.
Joke's on them.
15.
I'm just going to move you guys closer to the stairs. However you guys want to
Ooh.
arrange yourselves. I don't know if you can control those pieces either.
Yep.
Okay, great.
I would have kind of just run into the middle of the room, basically.
Yes.
All right.
Same.
Now, who rolled less than a 15?
I rolled a 15.
Okay. So Gideon, you're the only one that rolled less than 15.
I rolled a lot less than 50.
So as you enter that room, even despite the magic that just got added to you, thoughts of your 2 siblings flood your mind. And the memories that you had with them. the good times you've had out in the fields, your father teaching you all how to take care of the horses, how to gather herbs with your mother, and knowing that your siblings are dead. Just that, an immense weight of loss just hits you. For everybody else, there is that sadness that kind of tugs at your heart, but you're more present. The room is seemingly empty, but it doesn't quite feel so empty. And as you came down the stairs ahead of you, most of you will see the room is pretty well lit with the natural sunlight coming in through the windows. There is just ahead of you a bunch of the books on the shelf have been knocked to the floor.
Can I move and take a look? Is this any specific type of book, or does it look like just random books have been thrown to the ground?
What you can immediately tell is these are that have been thrown off the bookshelf immediately beside them. So like that bookshelf is like missing a bunch of books. But if you want to know what type they are, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Disrespectful is what it is.
22.
22. All of these books in this section seem to be books of folk tales, of myth and legends, gathered from cultures across the continent.
Oh, that's not great.
Convenient.
Wow.
And
The
as you
books
step
we
closer,
need.
close to the section, you hear a, hello, somebody out there?
Hello?
Panpar, what's your name?
Papar.
Papar.
He says from the hiding spot.
Yes.
Where are you?
Don't worry, I'm fine. I am doing all right. Are you here to fix the library? It sounds like the voice is coming from inside. Oh, I couldn't see that on the screen for some reason. It's coming from inside the bookcase. Like maybe there's a secret room on the other side somehow that he's gotten into. But yeah, so it's kind of muffled.
Yes. We came to try to take care of the ghosts and also to rescue you.
Well, that is greatly appreciated. I do very much would like to get out of here. But yes, so there are some spirits that will need to be taken care of. And from what I've gathered, I think there is something has been placed in the library that is summoning them.
Do you know what it is?
Let's see here. I could not tell you, but based on the fact that it's a library, I'm going to wager a guess it might be a book of some kind.
Oh, so we just have to find a book in the library?
You've got it.
Oh. Well, that sounds easy.
Well, with
think I
that
just took
sarcasm, I
damage.
suppose I could tell you I did some suspicious activity down near the psychology section.
That is helpful information.
Did you knock off all these books, or was that the ghosts?
No, that was my doing. I didn't mean to knock them all down, but, safety's important.
Right on. Where's the
If you-
psychology section?
You'll find it over on the opposite end of the library, further down. And I will, as he kind of like brings attention to like these bookshelves have sections. Let me just pop these into view. Pop,
Ooh.
Up. pop.
Fun.
Yes, so many sections of library.
So many books. So much knowledge.
Indeed.
Oh my god, I want to read so bad.
Where's
Yes.
the teen graphic novels, though?
Yeah.
Manga?
Denny, this book that I made up, I
where's-
hope that I can find it here, because otherwise, what are we even doing? You know?
Where is my Wilder erotica?
Details.
Volume 7.
That would be under poetry
the
slash
pages are stuck
theatrical.
together.
Faye's gone wild.
It's tree sap, I swear.
Oh God.
Oh,
Jeez.
Oh God.
That's it. We're quitting. Tonight is done.
Yeah.
Things have gone
and
too
he's
far.
like, and you're all murdered by ghosts. So weird.
Weird.
Roll up some non-horny characters.
Nell is
And-
already non-horny, so don't worry about it.
as you're speaking to the individual in the wall, he also tells you, and as far as I'm aware, the type of spirit that seems to be in the room is a wisp of some kind, small orbs. But from my knowledge of them, they do have a tendency to be able to go invisible. And at about that moment, Abe, can I have you make a perception check?
Eight.
As you're walking further into the room, you feel a little bit of a chill, and then suddenly, right beside you, just this orb of light manifests. And can I have everybody roll initiative? This thing's taking a surprise attack on Abe.
Sorry, I was
Oh,
gonna
no.
I was gonna say one thing just before this fight happens.
Go ahead.
Gideon sort of wandered off, and sort of was leaning against this bookshelf here in his sort of sadness, and sort of the sounds of his sort of the beginnings of him crying begin to echo throughout the halls. But then you see him start to radiate that bright aura again, and you see him punch the bookshelf a couple of times, and then he straightens up his hat and his posture, and keeps walking.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Ah, nice. So yeah,
All right,
and,
initiative.
then suddenly, yeah, there's a little ball of lightning, and Abe, as you notice this thing kind of spawn into existence, there's just this small arc of lightning that connects the two of you, sending shocks through your body with a 19 to hit,
Yippers.
and you receive 5 points of lightning damage, and now we will roll initiative.
Denny, just so you know, heroism was a spell cast 2nd level. So what would you like me to roll?
Wait a minute, for what?
For my surge.
Oh, yes, a d20, please. I suppose I better add the turn order. That would help.
17.
Yeah, you're fine.
Thank God. If a fireball went off in this library, I'd be really sad.
Oh my God.
That would be the worst. I would actually
not
kill myself.
be talking anymore.
Yeah, our friendship would end.
As if I wouldn't immediately just have more guilt than I already do. Come on. I rolled IRL, so how do I?
Oh, yes. I'm on the wrong
forgot.
layer, that's why.
It was really
Turn.
bad though, so if you want me to roll again.
No, you just click on the number next to the initiative tracker and all right. And I will set these to order.
How am I always first?
I don't see
That's
myself on the turn
for
order.
Drac right now.
Oh, yep, I will add you to the turn order. There you go. Adam, go ahead and enter your number and I will reset the order.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, and everybody has themselves an initiative, yes?
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you're
The
now...
Wisp got 29. Fuck off.
Yeah. Oh, frig. And, so
You're
yeah,
dexterous.
You hear a reaction from Abe. I don't know what pain from Abe sounds like, actually.
I don't know that he feels pain, to be honest.
Which, you know what, might be fair. It's more stress, I suppose.
Yeah.
And around the room, these little orbs begin appearing. Where's another one? Right. And just suddenly coming out of walls, appearing from thin air, and just kind of bobbing into existence are these white spheres of light. And they begin gravitating in your direction. We'll start with the one next to Drac. He's going to go for an attack. With a... Oh, gotta look everywhere. 23 to hit.
Yep.
That side of the dice doesn't have a number. What number is that?
What?
What?
What's on the other side? Because it's usually...
a 20.
Okay, no, it's a 5. This dice, it doesn't have a face there.
Oh, weird.
Huh.
Okay, so that's a 5.
Very odd.
Are you sure? Are you sure
Yes,
it's not a one?
confirmed. Opposite sides equal 9. The other side is 4.
Nah.
So, sorry. So that was the first number. You're going to take 6 points of lightning damage.
Okay, that's fine. By temp HP.
Okay.
Definitely was a good use of that spell.
I think it was, actually.
Okay.
This one will come up to Elowin. And these things are also basically just torches. Like, there is light that just kind of emanates off of them. Elowin, that's going to be an 18 to hit.
Sure will.
I'm going to swap out that dice because that doesn't have the one face.
I thought you meant the D20 you keep hitting us
No.
with. That would be a nice one to swap out.
Yeah. 9 points of lightning damage to you, Elowin.
Uh-huh.
Gideon, the one next to you, a 10 to hit.
That's a miss.
Okay. Let's see, how far is the distance here? Nell, one's coming at you.
Do it.
Critical hit.
You asked him to.
Cool. Ow.
That face!
It's going to be 31 points of lightning damage.
What the?
We've made mistakes! We've made mistakes once again! There's still time to leave!
That's my maximum hit points.
Hey, knelt down.
Wait, actually?
This
Yeah.
one can only make it here. This
I
one
have
makes it to
more
Abe.
HP than you.
I have more hit points than Nell?
Me too.
2 levels in
I-
Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Oh,
I keep leveling up in
yeah.
sorcerer, and I do not get that much. So
And a 7 to attempt to hit Abe. So that is a miss. Okay. Anything else? All right, I should say. Sorry, I'm in shock myself. Elowin, it is now your go.
Are we going to take a break anytime soon?
Do you guys need a break?
Really?
With this tense situation, we're gonna take a break because this seems like
Sorry.
a great cliffhanger. Wow. All right, that first round of combat. All right, we will be back here in a few minutes to continue seeing what the fuck is going on. Holy shit! All right,
Danny,
We'll
you
see
just
you.
don't
Oh
want us
my
to learn
God.
anything. Is that it? God
You
damn
could
it.
just say, don't go to the library. You could have just told
Yeah.
us.
I've been so
Jesus.
scared of the library. I'm just like, I can't have them learn
But if he
anything.
TPKs us, we can come back as the bad guys.
That's true. Maybe we can be ghosts.
There you go.
All right, we'll see y'all in a
We can haunt
bit.
the library. Oh my god.
Hi there, folks. I just wanted to say thank you all for coming out this evening to watch the stream live if you're here live, or watching the VOD on YouTube afterwards. I just wanted to add, if folks wanted to support the channel, the easiest way to do that is to follow us on the Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/DicelyDND, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Dicely D&D on YouTube. thank you all for coming out, and hopefully you're enjoying the stories that we're creating here. I'm having a great time working with these players. They're a lovely bunch, and we should be right back to the game here very shortly, right after this break. So thank you for holding in there, and be sure to go get some water or use the washroom before we get back. So we'll see you in a bit. Thanks, folks. Hi, everybody, and welcome back. I just wanted to start off by firstly complimenting Adam's hair.
Thank you.
Ooh, it's actually great. Look at that.
Yeah,
That is.
it's
Sounds
super
Luxurious.
curly.
Love it.
I would like to compliment Ryan's hair.
There you go. It's looking good
Thanks.
today, bud.
Dig the short swoop back.
Oh yeah. I got the gray in there, very stressed. It's great. Did it
It's the
myself.
theme.
Oh,
Everybody's hair is looking great.
yeah. So we left off with Nell getting knocked out, but we had a revelation over the break with
Am I
reactions.
supposed to say it?
Oh yeah,
Am
go for it. I
Sorry,
can't
I was
control your
trying to-
character.
I was trying to find it. I have Stone's Endurance, which I will use. And God, I hope I roll well on this D12, otherwise that'd be really fucking embarrassing. Well, I got 6 hit points back, so
Well, I mean, that's still good. So
Better
reduce
than 0.
31 is reduced to 25 damage instead.
yeah.
Are you? Does that mean you're up though?
Yeah, I have 6 hit points.
Okay, because you got the big X on you on the roll 20.
Okay, Denny, I can't do it
I
all at
know-
once, okay?
Hey, hey,
There. I'm back.
if I can manage 3 screens of content, you can do yours.
I only have 1 screen. I had to switch tabs.
That's the problem. Get more screens.
I don't have
We're
going.
good.
I don't
We're
have
good.
any
D&D
room on my
everywhere.
desk.
I'm glad
My
you're
desk
still
is
up.
full.
We're all glad.
We're gonna need to get you a bigger desk.
Thank you. Yes, let's crowdfund me having a bigger desk and more screens.
All right, so that brought us to Elowin's turn. Elowin, you're
My
up.
turn.
You
Super.
are kind of surrounded in a way.
I see it. Yeah. Can I ask if Elowin would remember if he said psychology or philosophy was the section he was in?
I mean,
He
the
said
fact that it happened.
psychology.
Yeah,
Is he
psychology.
psychology?
Yeah.
Super. Thank you. So what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna clap my hands together, cast Misty Step,
Hell yeah.
bop my way over here, and then continue to move. These ghosts are cool. This is a problem. I think we should figure out what the thing is that we actually need to destroy to get rid of them. So I'm going to just continue my way. 5, 10, 15. Because these are archways, right? I can pass under
Yep,
this.
you can pass underneath it. Yep.
25, 30. So I will go to here. And if you'll let me take a look around and see if there's anything here, I would do that. Oh, actually, I haven't used my action yet, because
Right.
Misty Step is a bonus. So yeah. Can I take a look around and see if there's anything obvious here? Like, is there some sort of magical aura from any of these books or anything that makes me think that this might be the thing that we're looking for?
Do you have any features that allow you to detect magical auras?
No, but I'm trained in Arcana.
That is not a thing. I know
No, then
many of
just
the
looks
games.
kind of magical. Oh, you're gonna make me cast. Okay, sure.
Welcome to
I
a
can cast some
library on the theory of magic.
Fine. I actually don't know that. It's fine. It's fine. Alright. Maybe can I just like look with my eyes? Is there anything that looks out of place here?
Sure, go ahead and make an investigation check. With disadvantage because you're not right up against it.
You sure? It's a 9.
Damn.
Yeah, you're
9
gonna,
with disadvantage.
you're
That was a
gonna
big
need to get
Where's a
closer.
26 before? Okay, it's fine.
All right. And with your movement, action, and bonus action there, that brings us on to Abe.
I will, since Nell is so hurt, I will Rouge for my
Nice.
bonus action.
Ah, rage.
Uh,
I was like, what is he doing?
What?
New
I don't
ability.
mean I have 6 hit points. I'm really well.
I will run over, taking the attacks of opportunity, I presume.
Indeed. A 13 and a 6.
Aha! Foul creatures. I will recklessly
Please
attack.
tell me Abe says that. Ha! Lucretia?
Ha ha!
No. I will recklessly attack the one in front of Nell.
Okay.
Aw, thank you.
24 to hit.
That will hit.
So it's 8 necrotic and 8 slashing from a non-magical source.
All right. So the two types of damage as you're slicing into this thing, it almost like as if like think kind of if it were a ball of electricity, it, like there's a shimmer of disturbance as you cut through it. It seems to have affected it, but not terribly affected.
Does it seem as though the necrotic wake also was not as impactful?
Both damage types are resistant.
Okay.
But it isn't immune to either of those. Anything more on your turn?
I only moved 5, 10, 25, so I will just move into a position to flank. Probably should have done that first, but you know, it's a learning experience. We're at school, we're learning.
All right.
And then I kill myself.
Gideon, as suddenly there's just these loud zapping noises as your party mates are getting zapped, and then this ball of light comes out of the bookshelf right beside you. It is now your turn.
Well, Gideon's got the effects of both heroism and calm emotions on him.
Actually, I should also ask, Christy, is heroism a concentration spell?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to need you to make a con save for me.
Four.
What'd you get? 4?
4.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to cut it.
Yeah, the heroism ends.
All right, well, he's still got calm
Worth it.
emotions going. So he just looks up very indifferently, sees the ball, and he's like, "You have no right to use my mind as a plaything." And he takes his sword out, and I guess he's using the hand axe and his other hand, and he's gonna swing with both. We'll see how that goes. Start with that skimitar attack. Yeah, that's what I thought I would go. 12.
Yeah, that's not going to hit.
All right, well then I will roll 1d20 minus 1. Because I assume a hand axe is a strength weapon.
Yeah, I don't think it's finesse.
Because Abe was holding it, so.
Nice.
I rolled a 0.
Oh my god.
Good job. An attempt was made.
All right, can I flavor this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Please don't hit the books.
All right, so
This axe was made for chopping.
he swings the sword and it probably just wisps right through it, or like not even, or just near it. Maybe it just floats out of the way. Then he very angrily swings the hand axe hard enough that before it even hits him, it gets lodged in the shelf, and it doesn't hit any of the books, but it's just like in the wall, and it's stuck. And he tries to pull it out, and he just goes and he just leaves it.
Nice.
And then you know what? He gets mad. Action surge.
I thought you were going to say you rage.
He's gonna swing again with his sword. Fuck the hand axe. How's a 13 sound?
No, still no.
He's just swinging at the air.
Oh,
And he's like, "Oh, to hell with all this."
oh no.
I'm gonna help over here.
No.
He takes a step back. Roll ahead.
A 11 to hit.
That's a miss.
All right.
When the ghost miss, he says, fuck you too.
Oh god.
Oh,
Little
wow.
floating bastard.
Azaria, you are up.
All right, I will use my bonus action to give Drac help attacking that wisp. And I was like, they seem to, spears seem to be kind of useful on them. Just strike true. And I'll run up to this one and just lunge at it with my rapier. Yeah, I'm gonna trust you. Roll 20. I believe in you. Give me a... Hey, 22.
That'll hit.
Stop. 6 damage.
6 points of piercing damage. Same situation. It doesn't seem incredibly effective, but it is still dealing damage.
Nice. That's all I can do.
All right, then after Azaria is Nell.
Oh no. Alright. Well, I'm gonna hope I don't die again, and I'm gonna cast Divine Favor on my sword and try and hit it.
You have advantage.
Oh yeah!
Because you're flanking.
Yep.
Well, I rolled a 5 and a 4, so that's a 10 and a 9. How'd that
Yep.
sound?
That's not gonna.
Cool. Alright, well, and that's what I have. So there you go.
Are you going to remain where you are?
Well, I can't leave, because it's going to hit me and I'm going to die. So, yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Then after Nell is Dracul.
Drac gets the help from Azaria and sees where Elowin ran. Says, I don't think we take these things down with blades. And I will take the attack of opportunity, run past Nell,
An 8 to hit.
miss, and cast Cure Wounds on Nell for 6. Not great. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 35, 40. No, I don't want to go into melee with that one. I'm gonna stand on this couch.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems the place is like littered with like student work desks. Like some of them have like candles melted on them. And you find a nice little like, I guess a contained like pair of student couches. And they are soft on the feet.
I'm going to use a bonus action, spend a key point. I'm going to do Step of the Wind. And I'm going to dash.
Oh, he dashing.
Another 40 feet movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You can also move
And I'll-
diagonally.
Yeah, I know. 35, 40. I'll get right up next to Elowin underneath the archway.
All right.
That's my turn.
Okay. Going back to the Wisp's turn. As you rush by, they kind of like pick up the life essence, and this one begins to trail you. And that one's going to go for an attack.
That one's underneath the archway.
It moves through the wall and comes through.
Cool. I love that
now-
for it.
It now is there. Only a 8 to hit, however.
No! It disappeared into my background.
The ones over here circle Azaria. Going to have 3 there. With a critical fail on one. A flat 20 on another. And a 10 on the last one.
Okay, so 1 hits.
The one that critical failed, it just kind of like, when it sends out the zap, it like disrupts and just like kind of almost implodes on itself. You don't know what
Might
that
just be
means,
invisible.
but yeah. So the one that got the hit on you, you're going to take 13 points of lightning damage.
This isn't considered a spell.
Oh, Denny,
13.
are these dealing lightning damage?
It is lightning damage. Oh, have you not been taking your resistance?
No. So I'll just go back up to full health minus the temp HP.
Yeah, you only took like 3 damage, right?
Yeah, I took 6, but I had 3 points of temp hit points, so
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay. The one that is surrounded is, I'm going to roll a D6 on that. That's going to hit Abe.
Working as intended.
Okay. That's going to be a 19 to hit.
Yep. Was that with advantage?
Why would it have advantage?
I attacked him recklessly.
Reckless.
Oh, let's roll again.
Why would you
So
tell him that?
honest.
So
It still hits.
some might say honest Abe.
Oh my god.
That's gonna
That's
be
what our
six-
group name should have been.
Honest
Abe and
Abe.
friends.
Yeah.
Honest David and friends.
I met your Honest Abe.
Abe and the gang.
You're going to take 6 points of lightning damage.
Cool.
Oh, I have another one. How about 2.5 Abe? Just use like sitcom
man.
shows.
Oh, gosh.
Everybody loves Abe.
Oh god.
Fun 'cause it's true.
Big Abe theory.
I was about to say that.
Big Abe.
I met your Abe.
Actually, great.
Big Abe.
I actually like
Yeah.
that one a lot.
The walking Abe.
Yeah.
Game of Abe.
Game of
Oh
Abe.
my gosh.
Or an Abe of Thrones.
Abe of Thrones. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Seekers, you're out of here.
We haven't told anyone the name, so
True. We can still change
Don't
it.
workshop it.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is the banter we're having is like, Nell is near death and I've
Yeah.
been zapped.
This one's going to come up to this side, and this one's just going to go here because it kind of puts it equidistant between life forces, and then I'm going to roll the d6 again to decide who it hits. This one is going for Nell.
but look at how much life I have.
That's going to be
Why?
it's going to be a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're thinking, wait.
with 10 lightning damage.
Uh-huh.
And Abe, the one on you, is going to attack with advantage because reckless, but also it's flanking.
Yep.
So a 23 or less than. So
I'll take the less than.
that's going to be 10 points of lightning damage as well.
Spicy.
All right, and those are
Is
all.
Nell
the wisps.
down again?
No. I'm feeling
2 hit points.
great at 2 hit points. So
Nice.
All right. That brings us back to Elowin.
Great. I will move up to the bookcase. Can I see things now?
You can choose to make another investigation check. This time, no disadvantage.
I would like to. $11? I swear I'm good at this.
You don't reckon that it's near the bottom.
Was that my action?
Typically, a skill ability check would be, but what did you want to do?
Cast spider climb and start climbing up the bookcase?
There is a ladder there as well.
Oh, I guess I could take the ladder. I'm very... Okay, I'll just take the ladder.
I was imagining you having to like go and find a step stool or something,
No.
which would be really
I take spider
funny.
climb, so I don't have to deal with this shit.
I'll be right there and I'll lift you up. You can sit on my shoulders.
I'm fine. Okay, I'll start climbing up then.
Okay. Any bonus actions?
Oh, you know, I probably should. I will bonus. I'm gonna focus myself and give myself some temp HP. Because can I do it? Sorry, can I do it to people way over there?
I don't remember what
I
the
guess-
range on it. I think I put a range on it.
Oh yeah, you sure did. Okay, never mind. I
What's
will
the
do it
range?
to myself. 60 feet. I don't think that's close enough. No.
Oh.
You got Gideon
I'll do
or
it to Azaria. I'll do it to Azaria.
Okay.
Doop 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 doop. You can have 2 cognizant dice. Have 8 temporary hit points.
Damn, so much. At first, when you said 2, I was like, oh, that sucks.
I'm spending 2 of my dice on you.
I appreciate that.
I gotta keep some saved in case we meet another person who can't talk.
That's
Yeah.
all.
Alrighty. After Azaria is Abe.
I will look to Gideon and Nell and say, "Go help the others. I can keep these three occupied." And I will attack the one between Nell and I.
Okay, do so with advantage.
21. Sorry,
That'll hit.
22.
That'll still hit. Even better hit.
Yeah. Do you want me to separate the damage?
Sure, just give me the in this battle it won't be necessary for your damage types, so you can just add it all up.
Okay. 7 plus 8, 15.
15. Okay. Same situation. You cleave through and it just disrupts the sphere. However, it does seem to be like a bit more shaky and constantly kind of breaking up. Anything else?
That's all I can do.
Gideon.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
These two wisps right here are lined up perfectly. I have a gun.
The box!
And they're ghosts. Could I shoot? Could I go for that Call of Duty double YY ladder shot? Call that no scope.
I'll allow it.
Rhea
Alright.
is dying. So
I'm actually not.
Oh no?
Nell is significantly worse than me.
I know.
I'm like literally I can't leave because if I do, their attack of opportunity will kill me. So
You have a high AC.
Especially, yeah.
Yeah. So
We're
Gideon
disengaged.
will-
Especially with the help from Elowin, I am beyond looking fine.
Okay, it's violent shot. When I say those words, I always roll ones, but I got inspiration.
I'm praying that you get those ones for those books.
You know,
I already rolled the one. I rolled the one on the hand axe.
you know, if
if
you
I
had
roll
an
one
ally,
now-
if you had an ally on the opposite side, you'd get advantage.
Shoot my friend. Yeah. All right, violent shot. Don't you fuck me on this. Yeah, 26 is pretty good. I'll
Yep.
take that. Yeah, so yeah, the mark starts to glow. Gideon furious to the point where the energy is really potent this time, and his eyes are glowing now with that same color as he pulls the trigger. Let me just where's my d10s? I'll roll a d10 off of the screen, but I'll just roll gun damage here.
Okay.
Oh, fuck you, roll 20. I rolled a 10 on the other dice, though, so that's good.
Nice.
So that's 17 gun damage.
Nice.
Okay. So
Roll 20 hates me, dude. I gotta stop using those dice.
as you fire into the orbs right in front of you, the bullet passes through the first one and it just dissipates in like electrical energy. And the second one, that would be the second one, it passes through and does that same disruption, and just you hear the splintering of wood beyond it.
Look, the ghosts are trashing this place. Look at the pile of books over there. What's one more book?
Those books are all fine.
Gideon deals me 2 psychic damage. I fall unconscious. Not the
Oh,
library.
boy. Okay. Anything more on your turn, Gideon?
Nope. I'll just do this. Gideon's pissed.
All right. Then after Gideon is Azaria.
All right. Yeah, I'll just stab at the one in front of me again because I don't want to move far away and have them go after Nell. Where's my character sheet? There it is. All right, roll 20. You didn't fail me last time, so 16?
A 16 does not hit.
Oh. And then I'm like, damn, I need to learn how to hit things more than once. And that's my turn.
You don't have any bonus actions?
No, because if I could disengage, which would be the only one, but then I'd be worried about them chasing Nell, who looks way worse than I do.
It was fair enough.
So
I mean, like, yeah, as far as like strategy goes, like you're a tactician. You've noticed that they seem to gravitate towards the nearest life source. But yeah, so you got that little nugget. So nothing more on your turn then? It'll bring us to Nell.
Well, there's really not a whole lot I can do, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna lay on hands myself for 8, and that's it. So.
All right. Drac, we're back at you.
All right. I'll yell over my shoulder to Elowin. Elowin, do you need help finding it, or should I try to push these things away?
Go help the others.
Okay. And I will take 2 steps forward. Nope. 1 step forward, and I will grab my holy symbol and take a deep breath and say, in Draconic, spirits, this is not a place for you. You must leave. And I will use Turn Undead to attempt to turn them.
All right.
Nice.
So,
What do I gotta do?
Every undead within 30 feet of me needs to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 14.
Right. Who do we got?
If
So
it's
this-
from where I'm standing, then I would take 1 step forward.
Sure. Yeah.
So I can
you'll-
get the one next to him. Yeah, I'll go here. So I won't get the far one, but I'll get the other 4.
Yeah. So the one next to Abe, the one next to you, and the 2 next to Azaria.
Yeah.
All right. And what do I got to roll? Sorry.
DC 14 wisdom save.
Well, the one next to you has failed. To declare my order of operations, the next one's going to be the one next to Abe, and then the closer one from Azaria, and the further one to Azaria, or from you in relation to Azaria. Anyway, so yeah, the one next to you failed. What is happening upon failures?
They cannot take reactions. They have to use their turn, their action and movement to move as far away from me as possible. And if there's nowhere to move, the creature uses the dodge action.
Okay.
And
So yeah,
this occurs for 1 minute or until it takes damage.
right. Okay, so continuing on to the one next to Abe, it's going to be an 11, so another fail. The one on the left of Azaria on the roll 20 has critical succeeded, and the one south of Azaria has also critical succeeded.
okay, at least we're burning through Denny's crits.
Yeah, seems so.
All right, I'll yell out to Abe and say, Abe, do not hit the one next to you.
2 next to me.
The one to your right, don't hit it.
My right or your right?
My left. The one directly in front of me.
Nice. Love it. Anything more in your turn, Drac?
That's my turn.
Okay, I'm going to mark these guys as scared. Somehow. We'll give it a timer. Clocks are scary. And that's the end of Drac's turn. So this one will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and fly into the wall, where it stays. And the one, right, managing 2 roll 20 screens. Oh heck, this is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's their movement speed? Oh yeah. And it just keeps going and going and going. Right. So basically these things just like zoom off and just evaporate into the wall. Not evaporate, just meld into the wall. All right. And the one in front of the 3 people, once again, managing roll 20. It's always a good time. Oh boy. Actually, Abe, Gideon, and Nell, I'm going to have you guys roll d6s. Whoever gets the highest is the one that's attacking.
4.
Christy.
1.
Christy.
Oh, oh, that's so funny. I rolled a 6. Weird.
And then 22 to hit.
Just gonna get my ass handed to me. Yeah, go right ahead. All right, do it. Yep.
1 damage.
13 lightning damage.
Oh,
Cool. Yep.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
down. It's going really well for me. I'm in my favorite place on Earth, and just getting my ass handed to me.
Oh, boy.
Worst trip to Disneyland ever.
Yeah, really. Azaria, the 2 on you. One is a crit fail, and the other one is a flat 10. So the one that has critically failed, similar to that other one, it just basically kind of like ruptures in on itself. And yes. Okay, and that's pretty much all the ghosts. So Elowin, we're back to you.
I'm gonna find that book.
that book.
You can
Got
make
it.
it with advantage this time, investigation.
Wow, because I've looked at this bookshelf so many freaking times. 22?
As you've now climbed up the ladder and are like looking for signs of things that just don't belong, you begin to notice that there's kind of an organization system that's been put in place. And a lot of the books aesthetically are put together, and somebody tried to match the system but was a little off. And you find a like leather-bound collection of 5 booklets. And there is a bit of glowingness to them.
Okay. I'll pull that out of the shelf then and slide my way back down to the floor.
Yep.
I think I found it.
I'll shout out to the rest of the group. Can I like open these booklets? Like, is it apparent what a person might need to do with these to help get rid of these?
So you've got it's 5 booklets, and they've all been bound together. So basically you remove the binding and it separates into 5 booklets, and they all, looking at them, the title is written in Celestial.
Mm-hmm.
And the writing is glowing a bit. And you read the title says, "A Return from Grief, One Step at a Time." And that's the title of all 5 books.
They're not numbered at all?
No. Not on
How
the
much
outside.
are you gonna let me keep doing? Can I open them? Are they different on the inside if I open them onto like the first page?
I should also specify, each one is a different color: green, yellow, blue, purple, and red.
Okay.
Would you like to open any one of those up?
Green.
You open the green small booklet, and inside, as you open this small book, the writing inside is more of this celestial, and it's like these circular rings that intersect, like to a normal person who can't read celestial, it almost looks like how gears fit together, except for it's more beautiful than that. And the inside cover of this book reads Denial.
Oh. Does Elowin know what the steps of grief are off the top of her head? And what order they go in?
We can make that a check for next turn.
Okay. Cool.
All right. After Elowin, it's Abe.
Abe will
Or sorry,
say...
was there anything else you wanted to do on your turn? Did you have a bonus action or movement?
Oh shit. How far up the ladder was I? I'm just gonna move as far back to the group as I can.
No worries. It was about 15 feet up.
Okay, so like I can only really get to about there then, but yeah.
Okay.
I think that's all.
Now it is Abe.
Abe will yell, Nell is down! Strike.
Well,
at the
Gideon will
nostril.
turn to the ghost and say, big mistake.
17?
17 does not hit.
Clearly stricken with grief.
Take my fucking inspiration, dude.
Oh, I have inspiration too, don't I?
You
Yeah, this is important. Do I pick which dice to reroll?
Yeah, you pick, like, if you had advantage, you just choose one of the dice to reroll.
Okay. Less.
Alright. And that's it for the turn then?
Yep.
Okay. After Abe, it is Gideon.
All right. Gideon is going to do a little bit of gun fu to not shoot Abe with his gun.
Do it, man.
He's going to, like, do a nice little duck/swerve to the left here. Because I don't think I get to do melee advantage with a gun. So...
Do you... Yeah, you don't get advantage, but also you've got a feature that allows you to do this without disadvantage, right?
That's correct.
Cool.
So he will shift to the left, and he will do a quick little spinnerino, and attempt to shoot this fucking ghost one more time. I swear to God, hit me with a good roll. Crit. That's what's up. All right, Gideon has a boss moment. Gideon has a fucking boss moment.
Listen, make like oh dear, make like Guy Fieri and deliver me to Flavortown, would you?
I will.
Oh yeah.
So as I said, Nell goes down. Abe's like, Nell's down. Gideon has a bit of a moment of shock. Stares into this ghost's very soul and says, big mistake. And then basically swerves to the left and sticks his gun directly inside of the ghost and pulls the trigger. And the explosion of powder and the ghost sort of... There's like a big puff of smoke, both from the gun and like the wisp sort of exploding, I'm assuming, if this kills it. We'll see. That's another 17 damage. Yeah, we'll see if it dies, but there's a loud bam as he basically just jams his gun like into the bottom of the spirit and pulls his trigger towards the roof. Is it dead?
As it like expands out in this explosion and reconstitutes.
You motherfucker.
Meanwhile, the chandelier you just destroyed was priceless.
The books are crying.
It isn't the books.
And then Gideon will... I know that the space is weird on this thing, but Gideon... I wish I could move... Oh, what just happened to Gideon? Oh, God.
I've become Nell.
I wish I could, like, stand between Nell and this thing, if that's possible. He will try to put himself between Nell and the thing.
You know what? I'll allow it.
All right.
Okay.
Does a quick little spin flip thing. He shoots through to the ceiling and moves his way back in front of Nell.
And is that the end of your turn, Gideon?
Yeah, and he says, "Hey, finish this thing off."
Then it is Azaria's turn.
All right, I will stab at it again. Just getting worse and worse with each stab. I'm frustrated at this thing, and then I'll use my bonus action to give Nell help on their next attack.
Nell is unconscious.
Oh, true. Never mind. I'll give it to Tuesday or something.
It's very kind. Give me help as I punch the god of death in the groin.
If only I could give help on saving throws. But I'll give it to Abe then.
Sure.
All right. And sorry, did you go for an attack as well, or?
Oh yeah, and I missed. I got a 14.
Oh, yes, that is a miss.
Each
Okay.
swing, I'm just getting more and more kind of like frustrated with it.
Right. And Nell, I'm going to need you to make a death save. You can make that in secret on your end. DM me the results. You don't have to share that with the table. All right. And then after that is Dracul.
Right. I'll yell back to Elowin again. You have it?
Yes, I got it.
All right. Trust you to do what you need to do with that.
Great.
And I'll run next to Nell, and I will reach down and cast Cure Wounds again. Same roll as before. That's 6 hit points for you, bud.
Aw, I love it when you call me Bud.
Oh, I have another question. Christy, Divine Favor isn't a concentration spell, is it?
It is.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Not that it matters. I swung once, and that's all I've done. So it's A-okay.
I was mostly curious because I wanted it to still be up, but
Smite him.
Do I roll a concentration check?
no, you were unconscious, so the concentration
You
was
made
lost.
me.
I'm sorry.
You made me roll it before. I don't
I
need
made you-
it.
But it's
I'm not
because
gonna
you
do
didn't really
anything
go
else.
down before.
Oh, you're right. I was living in the alternate reality where I've now died twice.
Yeah, you technically have only gone down once.
Fun.
Anything more in your turn, Dracul? Nope. Okay. It does bring us back to the orb, and Gideon has imposed himself between Nell and the orb, so it's only going to consider Gideon and Abe for options, and it goes for Gideon with a 16 to hit.
Meets beats. I really need to get studded leather.
10 lightning damage.
You son of a bitch.
As it like went for Nell, and then you imposed and took the damage.
Gideon just remembering ghost stories, and he's not letting it He's not letting it near Nell if any of it's true.
And Azaria, it rolled a 19 to hit the one that is on you
Absolutely.
for 11 lightning damage.
I'm still looking actually pretty fine.
And that's the wrong one. Heck. Well, heck. And Elowin, as you've got these books and you're running back to the group now, from the books, just from one of them, a page flips open a little bit, and an orb of light emerges.
Mm-hmm. That's cute. I love that for me.
And let's send that to the token layer, and that's going to be next to you, Dare. Right. It doesn't get its attack this turn, however. And that's all the orbs that are in the room currently. So, brings us to Elowin.
Okay, that's cool that that's there. I'm gonna run past it still.
Okay.
Up to this.
Critical failed on its attack, so yeah, as you rush by,
Super.
it just lets out this shock that encompasses it, and it just whiffs out.
Cool. I'm gonna throw these notebooks on this table here. And do I know what order the stages of the group go in?
With your intelligence, absolutely. The
Thank
order,
you.
the 5 steps of denial, or of grief, I should say. Sorry.
Yeah,
The first one is denial.
I thought
Anger.
so.
So denial, anger,
Mm-hmm.
bargaining, depression, and acceptance.
Okay. And do I get the idea from this that they need to be like destroyed? These books?
I think it would require more investigation. Not a check, but some interaction with the items.
Okay. If they're all out on the table, can I just kind of start flipping them open to the different pages to figure out which one is which, at least?
Sure, so you start.
I guess I'm assuming that the 5 stages of grief are in these books.
Yeah, so you've
I started
opened
with green.
the green one, and it said denial inside. There was yellow, blue, purple, and red as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll open the yellow one.
You open the yellow book, and inside, written in Celestial, it says anger. And the 2 books flare up and then calm down.
Okay.
Will you let me keep opening things?
No, that was your action.
Okay. Well, cool. Nifty, nifty.
Players have 1 object interaction on their turn.
What if I, like, sweeping hands open them all? It's fine. I
you
will...
like
No. I would not. I will use my bonus action instead to give my telepathic or intuition to Nell. Now that I am close enough.
What's that do?
I'm gonna give you some temp HP. BB! Take 9. I used both my extra cognizant die on you. I hope you are happy and we don't run into another person without... We can't talk.
You gave me more than
The
I
only
had
concern
in
there
hit
is that.
points, so
Yeah.
I
Nice.
appreciate that.
Take that 9 temp HP.
Oh, I needed it.
I know.
After Elowin is Abe.
Abe will read from the Book of Great Axe and smash. 17!
Love that book.
That does not hit.
Slowly, we're getting closer to the number.
No.
As you've begun to like swing at these things, they like quickly get out of the way. Like these things are fast little orbs.
That's all I can do.
Gideon, you're up.
I'll fucking do it again. I'm moving over here and I'm shooting. Rootin', tootin', shooting. Woo!
Good God. All right, hit us with that number. What'd you get?
10 damage.
Well, what'd you get for the hit? You can't leave, like, people can't see
Oh,
that.
20, 20, 28 to hit.
Yeah, that's freaking hype, man.
I'm an animal.
So 10
10
damage, you said?
damage. Yeah, 10 damage.
Oh, boy.
As Gideon once again maneuvers around and jams his gun inside of it and pulls the trigger.
And you figure the second time should do the trick, and indeed it does, as it just dissipates in front of the 3 of you. Or, well, 2 of you. Nell's got to get up still.
Yeah, and then Gideon moves back to Nell and sort of extends his hand to like help her stand up.
Hey. Thank you.
Yeah, get up. You're not out of this yet.
Azaria, you're up.
All right. Yeah, I'll just take a swing at the thing. My rapier. Come on, hit. No! Yeah, I'm just getting more and more flustered. I think Azaria's getting angry at the fact that like they can't use magic. Like they're not built, like they're not physically strong, and this is just frustrating them, and they just throw the rapier at it.
And as it throws, the orb just like around and completely evades it. Anything more on your turn?
They'll use their bonus action to disengage and just 1, 2, 3, 4. Get closer to everyone.
All right. And that brings us back to Nell. Gideon has extended his hand and has helped you to your feet.
Yes. I'll say thank you, and then I'm gonna hobble over here to the books, because I can read Celestial. So
Super.
And so I'll just say depression. Is that it?
Bargaining next.
Bargaining.
I think we just have to open them in order.
Okay.
And so far, you've opened the green book, which is denial, and anger, which is the yellow book. So you still got blue, purple, and red.
Have they been in order in the stack so far?
No, they have not been in order. So they are randomized.
Oh, I just have to pick a color. Blue, red, and purple. And I don't know if there's a trick to this. What's left? Bargaining, depression, acceptance.
Yeah, we need to open bargaining next, I think.
With the pair of your intelligence, I'm just going to give you the hint. There is no pattern to be discerned from the colors.
You say that, but all right.
It's
Just pick
mostly-
a color.
Purple.
That's how
And-
I've been doing it.
Now, you open up the purple book, and inside it reads depression. And suddenly, all three of the books that have been opened snap shut, and
Okay.
they kind of rumble on the table, and the lone will-o'-the-wisp that had been left in the room. Let's hop on over here. Turn. That one's going to become that. As
Oh, no.
the ball of electricity takes form and the room ripples with that sadness, and the once orb becomes a humanoid shape, and it's just floating in the air with a dead look and just the saddest expression. In addition, let's see, what would that do? Let's see, that's this one. Gideon, you take 5 points of psychic damage as a wave of sorrow washes through the room.
Ooh, even with my calm emotions?
Even with the calm emotions. This was what that wisdom save coming into the room determined.
Oh, God.
This is so cool.
This is really cool. It's so good. I'm going to roll concentration. Okay, I rolled 19. I'm still calm.
You're still calm, you're just being racked with some psychic damage.
Yeah.
Alright. Anything else on your turn now?
Am I allowed to put the books in the order that we know so far?
Sure, like if you're
Like-
keeping notes of what book is which.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm just gonna like on the table slide them so it was green,
Green,
yellow,
yellow.
and then a space, and then blue.
Purple.
Or purple. Okay, so I'm gonna do
Space,
that. So we,
purple,
like,
space.
yeah, so we know that there's 2 more to fill. Okay.
Alright. Okay, let me pull up. Always something.
You guys know what I just noticed? These book colors are the same colors as the Dicely logo.
Ooh.
Are they? Oh.
Yet there's no correlation.
The
Yellow, blue, purple, and red. There's 2
Weird.
kind of greens in
I
there,
mean,
but
they're-
still.
it's a pretty generic color set.
Yeah, sure, bud.
At first, I was like,
These
"Oh,
are
it's
just
a
Denny's
rainbow."
favorite colors. That's what I was thinking first too, but it
Anyway,
didn't really
so
work out that way.
the ghost comes over here, and Gideon, I'm going to need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh God. 21.
Yeah, baby, let's go.
Nice.
As it reaches out to try and touch you, and it its hand sinks into your body, and you feel just this rapid cold go through you, and your will kind of returns. You fight off this sadness and this cold, and it kind of recoils and shrieks as you avoid possession.
Cool.
I've also forgotten that everybody is going to... Everybody, just because you're all within 60 feet, I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me as well. Except for Gideon, because what does the calm emotion spell do for you?
It just lets me stay calm. No, my emotions are not affected by whatever's going on.
then I will allow this to keep you from doing this saving throw. All right.
Roll 20.
Okay. Anybody who rolled less than a 13, you're going to be frightened for 1 minute. Did anybody roll less than 8?
Yep.
That's funny. So,
Tell us how funny it is. I'm ready to laugh.
I'm ready, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna giggle, I'm sure.
Abe, you feel older. Nothing visually changes. You have aged 20 years. What does it mean for an Argon folk? No Argon folk has died of age yet. You very well could be on track to being the first Argon folk to die of old age. Time will tell. And you're also frightened.
Yep.
And
The current music just isn't as good as the old stuff, guys.
oh no, he's so old now.
So him.
Sorry, I can blend these two together. Or you're. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I was being facetious. Sorry.
Got it. Okay. So, yeah. So that happened. And that's it for its turn. So, Drac, it is now your go.
This horrific being, like, what does this ghost look like in terms of like its physicality
In terms of the physicality of it,
or lack thereof?
fair enough. They are elven in nature, and they're an elven woman, though their appearance almost suggests that they drowned at the end of their life. So their hair is just sticking to their frame, and water is moistened the skin, even though it is still like a partially see-through entity. You can still make out all these details, and the clothing it is wearing sticks to the skin as well. A very simple gown, almost like they had been taken from bed and met their demise not long after.
Step in front of it, take a big gulp, and time to rest. And I will open my mouth and unleash a magical gas that in a 15-foot cone in front of me, and it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's going to be an 11.
It is incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
And it's almost like when you breathe upon it, ghosts have a lot of immunities, but it's almost like you sent it into kind of a daydream, or like it's staring off into the distance. It seems to have been affected.
I call out to my allies in like a stage whisper, "Don't hit it, just let it be." And then I point over at Nell and Elowin. "Do the thing." That's it.
All right. As you tell them to do the thing, another of the orbs comes out of the book. It doesn't get its action. And otherwise, we've got no orbs elsewhere. So, Elowin, we're now on your turn.
I'm gonna flip the green book open again.
Okay. You know what? I'll allow you guys, because there's the object interaction, which is just interacting with any object. If you want to use an action to do another book, I'll allow you to do so.
Okay. Sorry, you want me to pick 2 books?
Yeah,
Can I just
go for
open
it.
the green one first?
Yep.
I want to see if it's actually denial.
So you open the green book, and inside it's still written denial.
Okay, then I'll flip the yellow one as well.
Okay. And inside it still reads anger.
Okay.
No, we just have to figure out which the next one is.
Sounds good.
Abe, it is now your turn, unless Elowin has anything else she would like to do.
Abe, come flip a book.
I will actually. I'll grab my club and cast Shillelagh on it. I can't attack it this turn, but maybe next turn I can attack that orb if I need to.
Okay. Yep. Abe, you're up.
Abe is afraid and thus catatonic.
Excellent.
Do I make another save at the end of my turn? Or?
That's a great question. Yes, you can.
I'm not aging, I don't think, but that's a 10.
Yeah, you did not succeed, but you are not aging further.
Oh my god.
Nice.
All right. After Abe is Gideon.
After Drax said not to hurt it, Gideon is going to heed those words, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to say, "Can I help in any way? What do you want me to do?"
Open either the blue or the red book.
Okay. Red. And he'll open the red book.
You open the red book. And those of you who read Celestial see that it says acceptance. The wisp that is beside you begins to take on a humanoid form.
Oh.
Okay,
Could
but we got
I-
it now.
Cool, but we know what
And-
to do, so.
Could I use my action to open another book?
All the books snap shut after you got one of them wrong. Also, Gideon, you're going to take 6 points of psychic damage as that wave of sorrow sweeps through the room again.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can open another book. They're just all closed again.
Do I
Alright.
take the psychic damage too, or was that just the first?
No. This was from the saving throw when you all entered the room. Gideon was the
okay,
only one
sorry.
that failed.
So Gideon's
Do we have
face
to
is
make
very...
another fear one, or was that its attack? The,
the ghost
saving
isn't
throw
there
that
yet.
made Abe older.
Yeah, the ghost hasn't had its turn yet.
All right, so Gideon's face is very stoic and stern, but you see he's leaking tears out of his eyes regardless of this. And he turns to you, takes a deep breath. "I gotta open another one. What do I do?"
Green.
He opens the green book and lets out a breath, a very labored breath at that, and takes his second wind. That's gonna be 8 HP.
After Gideon is Azaria.
I am frightened. I think that means I just run as far away from this thing. And I can't move closer to it. I
That
think
is
in character
correct.
I run.
You don't... Okay, if you're doing that in character, that's totally fine.
Yeah. And I think, like, under their breath, they're just, like, kind of, like, beating themselves up. They're like, if I was stronger, my friends have nearly died, and this is my fault. Like, I am providing nothing to this group.
Go ahead and make your wisdom save to try and get out of the frightened.
I'm gonna roll this die!
Do it.
I'm getting old! I rolled a 7!
No. You're so
I don't
old.
got
Bobby. What happened?
Yeah. How many years do I get old?
You are aging 30 years. As you run to the corner of the room and begin beating yourself up, you just... everybody who's kind of looking in that direction, you watch as Azaria, almost like spores from a tree, just kind of gives off a life essence that leaves them.
Hey, I'm almost 600 now. I don't know how many more. I don't know how many more years I got, guys.
No, I hate this.
I
so
also
much.
imagine that, like, all like what I picture is like those 30 years pass like sequentially super fast. So you see like all the flowers and stuff like fall and change like over and over, and there's just this like scattering of dead vines and flowers everywhere around me as 30 years of like growth just happens. And I collapse, like I'm just drained, physically on the ground.
Library sucks.
Denny, why did you do that?
We were
Why
so
did we come
excited
here?
about the
Guys.
I wanted to
library.
read our books, Denny.
Think about brunch. We had a good brunch.
Some of
Yeah,
us
we
do.
get one good thing a day, guys, and you all chose brunch. I wanted a simple meal.
Oh my god.
Chicken and waffles and vines on the ground.
Brutal.
Anything else on your turn, Azaria? No. Okay. That brings us to Nell.
All right. Can I open yellow and then blue?
Yes, you may. And the books, they flare up. We now have denial, anger, bargaining, and they flare with this radiant light each time a book is opened. All is remaining is purple and red. Anything else on your turn?
I'll just yell to Drac, like, if you can, come over here and then open purple and then red. And it should make things a lot easier.
Okay, I'm on my way.
But in the meantime, I'm going to need everyone to make another wisdom saving throw.
Come on.
Myself
That's a young
included.
boy. You don't want to
Yep.
be old.
No!
Oh, sorry, Gideon. No, you've got your effects. You're good. You're good.
Okay. Wisdom save?
Yep,
Ooh.
wisdom save.
Mine's a 6.
Hey. 6 buddies.
What's
both of
happening?
these-
Do you have inspiration?
No, I
Logan,
used
you've
it to
gotta
attack
have
earlier.
inspiration.
Oh, I do! Thank you. All right.
I
Spending
thought we
that
could be 6
inspiration.
buddies, but you know, whatever.
Don't
Anyway,
worry, I
what's
rolled
the
the
DC?
same. I rolled lower. That's a 1.
Oh my god.
What is this?
Danny, what was
It's
the
a 3.
DC? It was
13. Or if you fail
okay, I
by
succeeded.
if you fail by less than 8, you're going to be aging.
14.
Right.
I'll take the fear.
So anybody less than 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Abe.
I'm also less
And
than 13,
Elowin.
but not less than 8.
Not less than 8.
Can I use my
and then-
inspiration on someone else?
Unfortunately not.
I would do the same, but I can't.
Yeah. The fact that I give inspiration out so freely, it's kind of because there is a rule
get
where
it.
it's like you give one inspiration out to the table and then people can pass it to somebody if they're doing good role play. I just prefer to give it out individually.
I got
You
you.
use it. Yeah. And sorry, Abe, did you roll less than 8 again?
Yeah.
So, Azaria, as you have crumpled to the floor over there, 30 years of aging, of leaves, of vines, of seasons. Another 20 years of summer, of winter, of spring, and the decay of fall accumulates around you as you're basically swimming in a pool of forest, of dead, decayed foliage.
Yeah, I really need to look up what the how long I live. This is becoming a serious concern all of a sudden.
Abe, another 40 years go by. And at the fringes of your armor, at small spots around the crystal on your chest, you can feel change. Rust. Beginning to chip away and eat portions of your armored body. But not terribly. It's more like a chipping away than a like quick eating. In stark contrast to what Azaria is going through, hardly a thing.
I would also... That kind of stress would probably cause a few new cracks in the crystal.
All right. And then you two are still frightened. And Elowin, you are also frightened now. And now it's Drax's turn.
Okay. This thing next to me can't take actions or reactions.
Yep.
And so I will just run up to this table and flip the last 2 books.
So the ghost that was there is this dwarf man, and he's like, half of his face has been ripped away, almost like he'd been mauled by some sort of beast, and he had turned to Elowin and was beginning to reach toward her. And for those of you who are at the table, you notice swift movement and Drac flipping open the 2 remaining books. And then the ghost lets out this scream as the books explode with this radiant light and sweep across the library. And the ghosts begin to be sucked into the books.
I yell at them and I say, "Get your hands off my fucking friends!"
And they just scream as they're stretched and they're trying to resist, but they're being pulled into the books. And eventually, all the ghosts, all the orbs, anything that was hiding in the walls, they're sucked in. And the books all slam shut. And the glowing that was happening in Celestial fades. And at loose
Stack all
pages,
the books, wrap them in the leather, and just put my hands, both of them, on the table and press them down. Just nothing is opening these books.
Fucking burn them.
there were loose pages that had been scattered about desks, and they've been tossed into the air and are now floating. And just kind of bringing the library to quiet.
Can I rush over to Rhea?
Check on the other two.
Are we still afraid?
You are still afraid for now, but a minute goes by and you're fine.
Some emotions wears off and Gideon collapses.
We need to keep making saves to see if we keep aging? No? Okay.
No. The ghosts are gone, so.
I would have rushed over to Abe immediately after it happened.
Put my one hand on Gideon's shoulder next to me, and it's okay. They're gone now.
He has a look of horror on his face. You haven't seen him have wrinkles before on his forehead, but he is that stressed.
Just squeeze his shoulder. I'm here. I've got you.
From the bookshelf, you hear, "Well, that was incredibly loud. Is everything all right out there?"
No. Show yourself.
And from the bookshelf, there's a movement. One of the books, it looks like, no, a page of a book, slipping out of one of the books on the shelves, and a paper falls to the floor. It begins unwrapping itself like it had been a folded piece of paper, and continues to unwrap and fold. And an origami dragon sits upon the floor, the size of a small dog. And it's got words written all across its skin. And it looks at the lot of you. "Well, I do appreciate you coming in here and helping me out like this, but you're all in rough shape. We should get you help."
Papar?
Oh, yes, I do apologize. I am Papar.
Oh, I get it. I thought it was weird that your name was really close to paper.
Hilarious. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yes, please. There's going to be a lot of cleaning I'm going to need to do later on.
Oh, boo fucking who? Gideon storms out.
I'm gonna put my
All good.
hand on the side of Abe's face and be like, "Are you okay?" Like taking in like the new rust and everything that I see.
After a minute, his eyes sort of slowly flicker back. You are alive.
Yeah. They tried, but I'm not gonna get reaped just yet.
We should leave.
Yeah.
What's going on with Rhea?
I eventually get up from this pile. You can just like sobbing down my face. And the bark along their hands has cracked and aged and almost molted over just such a span of years, just passing by, wrinkles on their face that weren't there before. Well, that was terrible. And I just creak the weakness in their body from before. Just the years, it just feels worse and they get themselves up.
Wait, no, can you help? You're weak, Rhea. You've been through a lot.
And
I'll help Abe up, and then I'll walk over and just kind of put Rhea's arm around my shoulder and just kind of help them slowly up the stairs.
Thanks. We'll hobble along, and eventually they're kind of, getting used to it and stuff. Oh. At least I'm still here.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. I'll turn to Papar as we walk and say, does this city have any high-level clerics at all or anything?
Well, you can check in with the Chapel of the High Planetary. I don't imagine they're quite busy. Not a lot of people tend to frequent the chapels since everyone's come back from the desolation. But clerics are still employed.
Okay, where is it?
Well, thankfully, it's not terribly far. Just head down into the Busker Valley district. It's not far off from where D&R Solutions is.
Okay.
Also, if there's anything I can do for saving my life as well, just let me know.
We have some things that we need, but I don't think we're in a place to do them right now. So can you hold that thought for us?
Anything you need, even from our... Well, I might need to pass this by some higher-ups, but from our reserved stock as well, I'm willing to try and get those things for you.
Okay. I think we might head to the chapel and come back. So, we can check in after with you and with the other one, whose name I forgot.
Yulumfa, yes.
Yulumfa, there we go. Yep.
And
Drax holding these books in his hand. Papar, these are the source of those beings. I don't know what to do with them, but...
Well, you can leave them with you, Lumfa. We'll get them to, well, secure places, hopefully. Because these were not part of our collection before. Somebody smuggled these in. And I know it was that individual who was snooping around in the psychology section.
You saw them?
Somebody. I did not recognize them, but they looked studently, but they just seemed suspicious. And as somebody who's protective of my pages, I tend to have a nose for these things.
If they were a student, shouldn't they have been accompanied by someone?
You would have thought. You know what? That should have been my first clue. Good point.
What did they look like?
Yeah.
I didn't get a good look at them. They were up on the ladder in the psychology section, and then all of a sudden, ghosts.
Human? Elven?
Humanoid. Roughly, he points to Gideon. Roughly his height, so pretty average.
Okay.
Your
But they had
words
a
do not
gate.
exactly... Sorry?
They had a gait about them, though. And I think this is what kind of threw me off. A gait of somebody with more experience than a student. Malicious experience. Have you ever seen an assassin walk before?
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got off of them.
Okay.
I'll look at the origami dragon and say, your words regarding the keeping of these books do not exactly fill me with confidence. If
What is
people
your
were
plan?
able to I do not know. But I am certain that I can keep these books closed. I am not so sure about your institution. No offense, Elowin and Azaria.
I do
That's
think,
That's a lot of people to not have faith in.
yeah, I would say that the higher ups here, many of them could probably take all of us on and single-handedly.
If we don't keep them for study, they'll likely just be destroyed. They would have better knowledge as to how to do that sort of thing.
And I don't know if we want to hold on to these, Drac.
I think it's okay, Drac. I think
Get those things away from us.
Yeah, I think the only reason that it happened is because it took them by surprise. But if they were just handed to them, it should be okay.
Very well. When we make it back to Yulumfa, I'll put them on the reception desk.
Well, hello, dearies. You all look terrible.
The word for it.
Feels like 50 years since I last saw you.
Ghost problem is solved. At great expense.
It stemmed from these books. Papar said that someone came in and put them there. Did you see this? Did you see a person come through unaccompanied?
You know, I think I do remember. But I didn't stop them. They had such confidence in their walk. And almost a sense if I did try to stop them, it would have been a bad day for me.
What did they look like?
They were, from what I saw, they were human. A man. But their skin lacked complexion.
What do you mean?
I don't know, dearie. Like, if you look at somebody and know that any interaction with them wouldn't end well, that kind of feeling. Just,
Did they wear a cloak?
well, yes, but also some of the standard student attire, but yes, their confidence was off-putting. It wasn't safe. I was a coward.
Nothing cowardly, and, knowing when to not put yourself into danger.
Well, with the spirit issue out of the way, we could at least give you access to some of the more basic facets of the library if you wanted. But we might need to spend some time going through the more secure collection to make sure everything's still there.
Well, I think we were going to go and maybe have some healers take a look at a couple of our party members. So perhaps we could come back and then take care of all of that.
Well, let me add a dent to helping with that. I'm a bit familiar with a little bit of ghosts. So 250 gold should at least help.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, that would be helpful.
Also, I've gotten word that you might be helping with the guard.
How did you hear that?
Just while you were in there, some students. No, it was guards. They came up and they'd been asking about you. And I said, well, they're in there right now. And said that you are looking for a reference, or that a reference was being investigated. If you needed a reference, I could be that for you.
That would be greatly appreciated. We have a meeting tomorrow with the captain.
Well, if you have the reference, you might be able to push it a little earlier, if you need. I mean, don't push yourselves too hard. You look like you could use a rest.
I think we could just
Mhm.
use a rest.
I think that's a good plan for the rest of the day.
Thank you for the offer. We'll definitely send your name over to them.
Well, here. And she brings a chest, a small chest, onto the table and just thuds on the counter. That's the 250. There's a letter inside. I've signed it. Captain Janet should recognize my authority in the university here, so.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We will be back eventually. I don't know if it'll be today, but likely tomorrow.
Before leaving, I'm also like, and just so you know, there's a little bit of a fire hazard that I kind of left in there. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry, Papa will get right on that. Won't you, baby? And she looks at the little dragon, and he's just like, yes, Mum, I'll get on it.
Oh my God. I love him so much. I want one. Anyway.
And I assuming you all leave, or is there anything else you would like to ask, say?
No, I think we'll come back probably tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
We should leave for now.
So, as you all step out back into the courtyard, the echoing steps remaining back in the hall, the sunlight is just bright upon your eyes. After being inside for so long, or what felt like so long, especially for some of you, it's nice to feel the sun again. And as you're walking across the empty courtyard, you hear bounding steps behind you, and you turn to see Papar has followed you out into the courtyard. By the way, to whom do I owe thanks?
Oh, right. The Honest Taves.
No!
She said it. It's canon.
The Seekers of... I don't have the name in front of me.
Sycamore.
The Seekers of Sycamond.
Okay, it sounds like you're still getting used to it, but I appreciate everything you did for me today. Thank you.
I look forward to talking with you again soon, and when we're all kind of in better health. So.
And spirits. Oh,
Yeah.
poorly
Or
timed
less
joke.
less spirits, perhaps, this time. Or next time.
Yeah, maybe ghouls, zombies, skeletons even. No spirits.
No spirits.
Well, none of the above.
Anyway, I have work I got to
You
attend
can
to,
stab
so
a zombie.
I will let you carry on with your day. I was just curious. Bye. And he whips around, kind of that awkward, like, young adult kind of awkward. Like, he's just like, I just wanted to say hi. It was very cool. Like, oh my gosh, but... And then bounds back into the Arkanette Institute.
And I'm like, wait, can you get me my rapier?
And it's not long until he comes back with the rapier.
Through it.
Don't worry, we won't count that as the
Right.
favor.
Strangest
then-
dragon I've ever heard of.
I like him. He's very sweet.
He is nice.
All right. Let's get you oldies to the chapel. Hopefully they can do something for it.
As you call me an oldie, I laugh. I'm like, he's still got more years than Gideon.
True. Good thing he didn't age.
Yeah, Gideon, he gets like 1,000-year stare at the ground when you say that. You could tell he definitely thought about it during the fight. He just kind of stays silent.
I think Nell's just gonna walk up and just like pick you up in a like an actual like big bear hug and just
Yep. If you hug him, he breaks down. He was holding it in. So. Yep.
sorry, it was such a shit day. Well, a shit like
Oh, it
15
started-
minutes.
Started good. I'm just worried about everybody.
I know. Me too.
Heard stories about this shit when I was a kid. Can't believe it's real.
I think you and I are both going to discover that a lot more is real than we ever expected out here.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pray that we don't end up dealing with the bog beast, because that's real, I guess. If these are real. So,
I don't know what that is, so
it's best you don't
Sounds
learn
scary.
about it.
okay. All right,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, you all take up your positions around Hildy and the wagon, loading the chest into the back and securing it, knowing the current state of the city. And you begin making your way back down the hill. And make your way from the crisply clean streets of Scribe Hill back into Busker Valley, where there are street musicians playing songs for passersby to throw coins into hats, and many people out shopping, the occasional shout, and people running off into alleyways. And you pass by houses and markets and shops. And not far off, getting close to the Apple Point Park, there is almost as beautiful as the Arkanette Institute. There is a tall chapel, and there is a circular stained glass window above a very tall archway leading inside, and it has the symbol of the High Planetary, this series of circles that shrink and a line connecting all of them in a spiral. Stepping inside, there are stone pews and grand ceilings and light pouring in through more windows, but hardly a person inside. Maybe one sitting at a pew. And at the far end of the room, it opens up into a circular chamber, and there are 10 altars kind of placed, evenly spaced around the space. A cleric approaches the lot of you and asks if they can offer any assistance, or is there any help you need?
Yeah, I was wondering if you had any clerics here that could help people who have been magically aged.
This individual, an old man with a rather Merlin-like beard and a balding monk's hairstyle. That is a very specific request, but we might have somebody who might be able to help. Let me see if we can secure them. It might be a few minutes.
That's fine.
And he leaves this chamber off into a side passage, likely into some living quarters, and returns with another individual, similar Similar style. Like, these guys are just old men hanging out in a church. And
Classic.
they can do 1 greater restoration, but it's going to cost the whole 250. For the components for the spell, 100 gold, and then the service of the 5th level spell slot. I don't know if that's actually the proper cost of spell slot, but that is the reward.
It is today.
Yeah. Really,
like,
you should be healed.
No. Still got hundreds of years. It's fine. It can wait.
Could we not do some kind of a favor or something so you could do both?
There's
Not as...
again. I have 100.
I seem to as well.
It'll be fine.
Do you have a particular deity that you would wish us to be in beckoning of?
I
That's up
will
to you
not
guys.
accept this. I am unimpeded
Now
by
we're
this
both-
aging. It seems as though you are.
Not any different than normal. Just getting used to it.
Can I like tell between the two of you if you're both just fucking bullshitting because you're trying to be too goddamn polite? Like, is Bria actually like feeling like bad from their injuries?
Like, yes, from being beaten up, but yeah, if you like inquire, I'll live till at least 850. I've got like 200 and some odd years left.
Well,
Something's gonna take me out along the way. It's a sword or something.
You went from being middle-aged to senior, no?
I don't know if that's... went from in my mid 500s to early 600s. How long... You know, no one knows if Argon folk expire.
Looking a little rusty there, Abe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We only know what 50 years of experience for you is.
I do not like this.
Neither do I, but I'd rather bank on something I know than I don't know. For all we know, Argon folk live till they're 60, and in 10 years it's going to be a very trying time for us all.
I am already 110 then.
Well, true.
You don't know how old you were before, do you?
All Argon folk were created at the same
that's right.
time.
Never mind.
Sort of 120 is a clock ticking. I'd rather trust what I know than
Well,
a
But
variable.
Mal didn't even allow that, though? If your body expired, would they just place the soul somewhere else?
And then we have to find Abe, or he doesn't remember who he is again?
And what if
It's not like...
Abe doesn't come back and it's just the Chosen?
It sounds like you're all dealing with some very complicated things. But you all sound very nice and very self-sacrificing. But will you be requiring our services?
Maybe not at this exact moment. I think we need to think about this.
Look, 60 years is a long time. Sorry, you could do so much good in that time. And Abe, what the hell, you don't even know how long you're gonna last. Just take the damn...
And that's...
Why is this even a debate?
I agree with Gideon. One of you has to take this.
we also know that Abe can be brought back without need of expensive components. Valen brought him back
How
with
long
nothing
can
but a
you
piece of
do
paper.
that at the end of a person's life, though?
the two old men, recognizing that you're going to need some discussion, kind of move off to the side and have a conversation between themselves.
You can't keep doing that for forever.
I have another body out there somewhere, though.
Planning on
That you
going
need
to
to
find out.
find? Or was it a human body, in which case, is it there?
We have no way of knowing. Even Valen wasn't sure if it was alive or not still.
And here's
But
the
as
truth.
the,
Like, here is my truth with this: is at the end of the day, we're going to have harder troubles than this going forward. Like, this is the tip of an iceberg of things that we will have to face. And at the end of the day, like, Abe is better at protecting you all. So I won't take it. I'm smart. That's only going to get us so far. Elowin's also incredibly smart. You're all incredibly smart. But when it comes down to things, we will have to fight. And Abe is absolutely one of the two strongest here. And I don't think, like, you know, if his body is rusting, I don't think I've ever seen an Argan folk with rust on them. I don't think, practically, there's any debate here on my part. So if Abe won't take it, then I guess no one is, but I will not.
I do
I
not
did
like
nothing
this
in that
Rhea.
room. I did nothing in our last fight. Abe has saved my butt too many times.
That doesn't make his life worth more than yours.
But I have time. I'm not saying that I'll never cure this, but I have so much time.
And perhaps we use this money for something else.
I think we should get a
I
cure.
think we should use it on
I
Abe.
really think someone should use
Mhm.
it.
If Rhea's not going to take it, then let's get Abe fixed. You may not like it, but yeah, you're looking rusty, Abe.
I think they're right.
We might find your other body one day, but we have no guarantee when that will be. So
Do you know what kind of body it will be?
No.
Denny, would I know what else this spell could do to Abe vis-a-vis memories?
No, that's a good point. I mean, there's a chance it could do things based on memories, but that depends on the effect of the thing afflicting an individual. Because Greater Restoration itself doesn't have that baked into its function. There are just conditions that'll say Greater Restoration can also fix this.
Okay, thank you.
But you can have the knowledge of this type of magic can potentially fix this kind of thing.
I do not like this. But I am outvoted.
Well, if you do not wish for it to be done, it is not our place to put it upon you.
Can't force you to do anything.
I look at Drac for a long moment and then walk over to the priest. Or the cleric, rather.
Ah, so you are ready.
Yes.
Do you have a particular deity that we should do the rites of, or would you prefer a blend? A general worship?
I'm a disciple of Malden, but I do not believe you will know the rites.
I'm afraid I do not. No.
Then a blend, please.
Very well. we will have you sit on the pew over here. This might be stressful to recover from, so it's best that you be seated.
I'll leave my axe a little bit away from me.
Can I ask the cleric? Can I sit next to him?
If you wish to, absolutely. At your own discretion, I suppose.
Is that okay, Abe?
Certainly.
So, Abe sits down, and Nell sits next to him. And the two clerics approach you, one of them with a bowl filled with a small amount of a fine powder. And the other one takes a pinch of this diamond dust and begins sprinkling it over your head. Through meadow, through which life is granted. Through Rowanay, which life is sustained. Eris, the invention of fire that has carried us on through the age. And Lady Vertia, the courage to continue to go. With Mota the moon, our nights aren't so dark. And with Agagadis, we are given the light. The Arkanette fills us with wonder and magic, and Equin Bach brings the food to keep us here. And finally, Tarazu, who strikes from the sky and brings the final judgment until awe whisks us away. May the powers of these 10 deities undo the evils that have been done to you. And there's almost this radiance that kind of strikes the area where you guys are, almost as if the light from one of the windows had shifted focus. And the light is filled with sparkle. The diamond dust that had been sprinkled takes into the air, heading to the window. A shimmering light leaving through. And the chips and the pieces of metal that are gone, they haven't come back. But there is a rejuvenation, and the cracks in the crystal, however, begin to reverse, kind of repair themselves.
All of them?
Just the ones that you'd acquired from the encounter.
Oh, from the aging. Okay.
And with that, the light fades. And the clerics stand there. And one places a hand on your shoulder. Well, how do you feel?
I'm not sure.
That is all right. It sounded like it was a big choice. So confusion seems natural.
Thank
But
you.
it seems you have people who care for you, so there is always a blessing in that.
I agree.
Well, if there's anything more we can do for you, let us know. Otherwise, you can remain here for as long as you'd like. As you can see, we're not terribly busy. And the two old men kind of nod at each other with a job well done and go back to that side passage.
Great job, Jerry. You too, Ben.
Take the letter from Yulantha out of the box with the coin in it before we hand it over.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep.
I think I didn't say it, but I imagined I picked up the box because it was heavy. So I can put the letter into my journal if you want.
Yeah, that was good.
So you are in this chapel here. And the light coming through the windows is multicolored through the stained glass. and it's just peace and quiet, especially compared to the outside city. Is there anything more you wanted to do while you were here?
What are the colors of the High Planetary?
Oh boy. Let's see here. Gotta pull out. Oh, did I not have that symbol on hand?
Red, purple, pink, purple, red. And there's a green in the center.
Yeah, it's...
Okay.
You know what? That's a good... Why don't I have that? At some point, I'm going to have these symbols ready to go in Roll20 so I can show off these things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not...
Not
Oh
the
dear,
color of the
I better
books.
find this art before I start speaking out of my ass.
The color of the books.
It's all reds and pinks and purples.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's just like
Alright.
3 repeating colors and then like a green one.
And then green in the center.
It's more like the spheres of this symbol are more reminiscent of like planets.
Yeah.
Though strangely colored they are. But yeah, it's not like each deity has a color in this symbol. Just a sphere to represent them.
I think being in like a place of like actual worship, just kind of like a new thing. For Nell, she's gonna take the time, like as Abe is resting beside her, and it feels very like comforting to have him there. She's gonna close her eyes and just try and like send like a prayer to Fyra. Just kind of not thinking that she's gonna like feel a connection or hear anything back, but just letting her grandma know that she's trying her best to make her way back to them and figure all of this out. And she hopes that maybe she's a little bit proud too.
You feel a warmth. Whether it's the sunlight coming in through the windows or something in your scabbard.
Is it kind of look? It's like fucking glowing again.
You reach for your sword and pull it out the smidge, and you feel like for a split second you saw it glowing again, but when you go and look, it's not.
Okay.
Anything more here?
Gideon will. Is there some form of like a what's the word?
Like an
I guess
altar?
a monument, an altar, like a monument to one of the deities of any kind, like some sort of statue or
Yeah, there are.
art
Well,
or bust.
think like Skyrim, like how the churches are like set up so that there are small altars for the different deities. There's one for each of them for Terazu, Meadow, Equin Bach, the Arkanette, like all of the 10 deities.
Gideon walks up to the monument of Equin Bach and takes out a copper piece and just leaves it in front of it, nods his head, and moves away.
A coin for the Lord of Horses.
What season is Rhea in? Did it mess up their seasons at all?
I think they're back to summer. Flowers are in full bloom.
As we, I guess, are getting ready to leave, I will go up to Rhea. Thank you. May I have a flower?
Of course. kind of bend my head down and let Abe take one. There's like bright colors of violet, bright whites, yellows, reds. It's kind of just like a plethora of colors. When we met, my hair, was these green vines, and at this point in the season, it's much more alive and bright.
I will, I guess, put it in the same pocket as the orange flag from Nell on my backpack. Shall we?
I'm going to take some time. Maybe I'll meet you all back at the inn.
Take the time you need.
I leave through like the front of the church. I said there was like a park in this town, right?
Just a little bit north, there is a park that is quite green, though it is still pretty superficial, with flower beds that are curated and assorted colors made into different shapes. And
being in there, I actually continue walking, and whatever hours it takes leaving town, I go just outside to where it actually feels natural. I just find some trees, somewhere that I can like feel the dirt on my feet, and just sit down and start meditating.
You leave
praying.
the bounds of the city, and outside the walls, Valambridge is known for apple orchards. Though still kind of man-made, but they're not trimmed, and they're appreciated for what they supply.
And I'll just sit there. The few like words and runes I know of Druidic, I'll just like in the dirt kind of write out like the planet, the sun, the moon, and just sit there and meditate, praying to my gods, seeing if there's anything that I can hear. I'm frustrated and angry. I'm like, why am I a failure? Why is there this void? I feel frustrated in the city. And I just try and calm myself down, seeing if there's any moment I can feel anything apart from this frustration that I've been feeling.
As you sit there and feel the dirt beneath your feet and solid ground supporting you, there is no magical call. There is no voice. There's only the wind, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, the occasional insect that flies by your ear. But there's no magical answer. Just nature.
I think I spend quite a long time there, as the wind keeps blowing and stuff. Actually, I just kind of breathe in tune with that. Just feel that everything around me. I'm probably at this for a few hours before I start returning to town.
And the rest of you, what are you up to? What have you done? Where have you gone?
Maybe just back to the inn.
I think so. Gideon will offer to make.
Oh, you're muted, Anthony.
Yeah.
I also suggested back to the inn.
Don't know if you all want a pot of tea. I'm feeling one.
Yes.
I am feeling one too.
Get on it.
I think I will take a walk and then meet you there.
Very well.
Be safe.
I feel bad for anyone who wishes to trifle with me today.
Good point.
I do too.
Probably true most days.
We'll see you soon.
I will head to the amphitheater. Are there still people singing today? Or rehearsing something?
Would you like there to be, Abe?
Sure. To choose your own adventure.
There are people standing up on the stage. It's today, in comparison from earlier, there was a few soloists. This time it seems that a whole choir has kind of amassed and they're just practicing some choral tunes, though it's harmonious, legato, like held notes and beautiful orchestration of voice.
Okay. I will, trying not to be too creepy, just sort of sit cross-legged, slightly outside the amphitheater, but still able to hear it. And listening to them, I'll just sort of, every now and then, just rub my hands across my throat and try to see if making sounds registers any vibration, knowing that it doesn't, and it won't ever. I just sort of sit there for a while, and then eventually just head back to the inn after listening to them for a while.
Yeah. The park, unfortunately, there are a lot of scents that you miss, Abe. The ability to smell trees and flowers, to feel the wind, to hear a bug pass by closely and it not be something that would be tolerable. Your senses, you feel like from when you were whatever you were before, they're not as, it's not like being mortal, like being human. Something bittersweet about it. Not suggesting that you could never die, but there is some sadness with it. And you both, Azaria and Abe, each make your way back to the inn at the same, at your own paces. The rest of the crew is already there, having tea, catching up, checking in.
When everyone sits down, can I just kind of look around the group and say,
So, we are actually a unit now. We have a name?
Seems that way.
And I am part of that. I'm not used to being wanted, I suppose.
Well, I'm happy you're here.
I agree. You're a fundamental part of us, and I'm so glad to have you as a friend.
I think she just looks very confused.
I believe I've had the wrong mindset about this. But I am happy that you want me to be part of a group. And I would like to help all of you. However I can.
I think that's what we're all trying to do.
Well, now I understand that.
Well, I'm glad for that.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
To think all we wanted to do today was read.
Yeah, so much for that.
It never used to be this hard to read at home.
Yeah, the last time I was in the library, the most that attacked me was a paper cut.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know that I have read anything before in this stint of existence.
I think we'll all get our chance very soon.
And Elowin, you hear in your head. And what is the best book to read other than the one that we make along the way?
What?
No voice replies. But that's where we're going to end our episode.
Well, Layla's just creeping.
Yeah, she's always listening.
Jeepers. Oh yeah, sphinxes are great. I love sphinxes.
What a fucking roller coaster, man.
Ugh.
Shit.
Yeah, this did not go the way I thought it was going to go. I'm going to be totally honest with you.
I'm guessing
I-
episode
Our
20
expectations.
will read.
Maybe we'll read
If
someday.
you could
The
just give
moment-
us like a time frame of when you think we'll actually crack a book open,
Yeah.
that would be really great. 'Cause each time I pick out my library dice so far, hasn't really done anything for me. Because they know they're for studying, which is why they ate it so hard when it came to try to attack and my death saving throw and
That
all
was the
that.
problem.
Amazing.
Oh yeah. What was your death saving throw?
A 6.
Oof.
Oh,
Not a one. It's fine.
I know, I was like,
It was fine.
what happened?
The moment you said ghosts, I was like, this motherfucker
Yeah.
better not try to age us up. And
I forgot that's what ghosts do.
did.
I have no context for ghosts in D&D, so I had no idea.
I
Well,
don't either.
Logan did that to me in another game.
Perhaps we'll save these conversations for the after party we're about to have.
Right.
Maybe.
So,
Gonna be a very solemn party.
oh man,
No, we're alive. It's fine.
to everybody who joined us for today's session, thank you for following. Be sure to follow all these wonderful people on their social media. Hopefully, future Denny is including that in the chat down below. And also, next week, the after party will come out. Be sure to listen to our thoughts on the what has happened, because there was a lot that happened in this one. Oh boy, Valambridge. Oh boy. And always so good playing with you guys.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I believe it.
All right.
Yeah.
And we will see all of you in 2 weeks' time. And until then, may your games and may your players play Dicely. Bye-bye.
Bye.